never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life. I never miss, that's fact, taking big swings, bitch, hand me the bat, put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag, cause I sing what I mean and I bring it to the mad light. Ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel, I took the red pill, I know life's short so I wanna live real, but how's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? They wanna sing my name, but they holding back. They wanna say they hate, but they know it's cap. I ain't play no games, I just do that's fact. And I don't feel no shame, it's a mood you lack. I go crazy, nah bitch I ain't lazy. Track after track, I work on this shit daily. Pass me the jack, right as fuel, got me hazy. About to unpack all these things I've been chasing. I've got visions in my head, like memories after death. To be a legend instead of something you can forget. I'm living up every breath, I'd rather lead than be led. I'll fill the seats as I spread with every word that I've said. How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel?
All right, boys, let's have some fun, shall we? Don't look at that. Shit, don't look at that. Don't look at that, chat. I completely forgot about that. Oops. What the hell is this thing? I kind of want to see this. What is this? Y'all see that new Spider-Man Noir? Y'all think that's going to be any good?
There you go. Installed the new firewall neurocore into the old Iron Front transport. Thing runs cooler than my coffee machine, and twice as smart. Uncannily smart, actually.
In the server?
Like it's always watching. In a polite sort of way. On the downside, mining drones have been acting a bit weird lately. Got one just standing there facing... What the hell is that thing doing up there? Hey! No, 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 no!
Yo, that's crazy. Hey, look at all the friends. I completely missed this. I kind of feel like a piece of shit. Okay, here we go. This looks like where it kind of kicked off. There he goes. That's insane. No! Go back!
From the mountains of heaven
Oh, that's Total War.
into the service of
I don't care. I don't know about y'all, but I've really been enjoying the Fallout series. I'm actually like really impressed with that series. Oh, what's this? This looks good.
Hello there! I am Mr. Potato, your dedicated performance expert and... As you can see...
I'm dead. I'm dead. Uh-oh. PlayStation's about to announce something. The last time they did this shit, they announced something. Ew, what the fuck is that? I'm good, man. I'm good. What is this? Is this a new game?
It's always a drag when a game you're looking for.
What the fuck? They just made a new Yoshi game? When did that happen? I'd never heard about this. Is there anything else? Man, IGN fell off. What the hell is that? How's it going, Duke? How's it going, Nigel? That's some kind of new world boss, it looks like, for Once Human. That's what it looks like.
Forward to disappoints, but it's
Okay, looks like,
even sadder when it shows you exactly how it didn't have to at the same time. Plenty of games miss the mark in some way, but the ones that prove they have promise, that show you a spark but not any kindling, are the real letdowns. Yoshi and the Mysterious Book's spark ignites a little over halfway through, and it burned so hot I literally shouted with joy, only to watch that ember fade away shortly after. Its creative creature designs are truly impressive, and the open-ended levels they live in can be a real delight to explore the first time through. But its best ideas often go unnurtured, which makes this tome feel less like a fantasy novel and more like a biology textbook. A collection of amusing experiments paired with a pile of
this looks like a weird fucking game. Holy shit, this thing looks weird. I don't know if it's the stock motion in this damn game, but this game just looks fucking weird. This does not look like I want to say that it looks like a traditional, like, Mario game, but there's no way in hell this looks anything like it. Like, even the coins are different. What kind of fucking chaos maker is this?
Yoshi and the Mysterious Book is a puzzle platformer that puts its emphasis squarely on the puzzle part. Each level is based around some novel little creature, or sometimes quite big creature, that Yoshi must lick, lift, and lob to learn all he can about it. These bits of information are logged as discoveries, and they range from how this flower person's petals turn orange when it eats an apple, to how this murderous scythe monster can't see you in tall grass. Discoveries can also be about the level itself, rewarding you for breaking tough objects, finding hidden smiley flowers, or just reaching an end goal. Although even that won't actually end the level if you want to keep exploring. I really liked never quite knowing what I was in for when I hopped into a new stage. The breadth and variety here is definitely something to celebrate, too. There are dozens of unique creatures, nearly all of which are charming to look at and carry some decently interesting mechanical gimmick for their level to be built around. A green critter that has the head of a bubble wand, a jellyfish that acts as a jetpack, bubblegum guys that multiply excessively when hopped on, a drill-nosed warthog you can ride, an explosive tree nut, and so many more. You even have free reign to name each one yourself, which is a degree of control I should not be trusted with. The levels you initially meet each one in are designed to both teach you about that creature and then take advantage of it to complete some goal. Only a small—
Bro, he literally calling it Buster. I'd have ass, dick, balls. Call that thing Buster, acting like he's doing something.
The levels you initially meet each one in are designed to both teach you about that creature and then take advantage of it to complete some goal. Only a small handful—
you know what? It is true. You don't really ever grow up, do you?
the typical go-to-the-right structure you might expect from previous Yoshi games.
I've seen a lot of good things about Forza 6. I have.
An early level about bees has you recovering stolen flowers, while one about a fisherman wants you to reel in the biggest fish in the pond. All the while, you'll be peppered with a near constant stream of discoveries just for trying to figure out where to go or how this particular critter behaves, flooding your brain with dopamine and your screen with stamps that mark your achievements. This constant creativity is a big reason why Yoshi and the Mysterious Book is so pleasant to play. But
Oh,
not
that's
all of
why.
these levels are created equal. Figuring out how to best travel by Seabird was a fun challenge, but aimlessly running around a Shy Guy village to make them all play music at the same time was far less inspired. Levels that rely on some disappointingly wonky physics interactions were a particular low spot across the board, with things like ricocheting a spinning top, surfing over a wobbling pirate ship, or wall jumping on a springy bug being truly frustrating at times in a way Nintendo platformers don't typically blunder into.
I wonder why they would
Nintendo
take the risk of doing something like this. Like, this kind of strikes me as like a rage-inducing moment in the game. Like, I gotta give Nintendo credit on that whenever it comes to their actual gameplay. They don't have any... They have puzzles, they have platforming, but they don't have rage-inducing platforming like, for example, getting over it with Bennett Foddy or Baby Steps. It's more an actual OG platformer style. So I wonder why the hell they would start leaning into this rage-baity stuff. They must be desperate.
The other big issue is that these levels are all about discoveries, so once most of them have been made, the actual levels lose a lot of their appeal. There's very little that's intrinsically fun or interesting about completing these stages after the map is already covered with your past accomplishments, which makes revisiting them to find discoveries you missed, which is the entire pitch of what Yoshi and the Mysterious Book wants you to do, a lot less amusing. This is basically a stack of themed sheets of bubble wrap. Bubble wrap is fun to pop, but unless you're really serious about bursting every single bubble, no matter how mundane they may be, you're mostly just left playing with a limp piece of plastic after that first pass. This wouldn't be such a big problem if later levels asked you to put discoveries you'd made into practice in more interesting or creative ways, but therein lies Yoshi and the Mysterious Book's greatest letdown. Many creatures will reappear in later pages, asking you to use or interact with them to make discoveries about the newest research subject, but these interactions are typically pretty straightforward. The maps themselves are so small that there isn't much room for the newest creature to share the spotlight while you're learning about it. About half the levels have a variant version that does put the focus on a specific creature interaction that wasn't in the main course, and these are often some of the more interesting tasks you can find, but they're also exceptionally brief more often than not. And look, if you're screaming at your screen that of course it's simple because it's meant for kids, well, I played it with my 3-year-old and...
Yo, they must be watching the stream. Yo!
She wasn't really into it either. As she started to dip a moderated toe into different games with me over the last year, she's loved watching small doses of stuff like Kirby and the Forgotten Land or even Tears of the Kingdom. But there's just so little meat or momentum to many of Yoshi and the Mysterious Book's non-linear levels that they haven't kept her usually attentive interest for long. Do you want to keep playing Yoshi?
No.
What do you want to play?
Kirby.
You like Kirby more? Yeah? Okay, we'll play Kirby instead.
Well...
The major exception to this missing depth is the last level of Chapter 6, which is so good that it quite literally should have been what the entire game was built around, but sadly that's far from the case. Bear with me here a bit because Nintendo's pre-release video restrictions prevent me from actually showing you the level, but I can tell you about it, and it's worth digging into. In this stage, Yoshi can essentially summon any creature you've met before, one at a time, and it completely recontextualizes everything you've done up until that point in a way that made me genuinely jump out of my seat.
That's kind of cool.
That research you were doing was actually training, and it's up to you to figure out how to scale that waterfall, dig through that mountain, or fight that enemy. For a game all about experimentation and discovery, it's one of the very few times you're given the power to actually get creative and truly apply what you've learned.
That's
Just
really
little
cool.
rules. The moment it was thought up, the dev team should have centered everything else around it. I wish every chapter ended with a stage like this that applies your knowledge of the creature.
Yeah, usually they would stagger that kind of stuff. You know, you would get like a new ability, and then the new ability, you would use the old ability and the current ability in the new stage. Why is it that Nintendo feels the need to do things out of order?
Just met before it, and I was at least expecting its arrival roughly 8 hours in to signal an Act 2 of sorts that put this mechanic front and center. Instead, Yoshi and the Mysterious Book pretty much pretends like it never happened and mostly goes back to business as usual as it introduces more and more creatures it will never make full use of. It's such a bummer, man. Nearly every level was amusing to some degree on my first run through it, but I started to get tired.
It sounds to me like IGN has recalibrated. This is actually a reasonable review, guys. So far, everything he said isn't bullshit. Okay.
Shallow the creature exploration felt as early as chapter 3. I held out hope
they still gonna give it like a 9. Watch
like this yet, but that's truly what this game wants to be. A series of cute gimmicks, each with a big checklist of boxes to methodically tick off for little other reason than the love of hearing that pop. To be shown what this enticing concept could have been used for instead, and then have the rug pulled out from under me right after, left a sour taste in my mouth that none of the chapters and challenges that followed.
I love the color of this creature.
Left a sour taste in my mouth that none of the chapters and challenges that followed ever managed to make up for.
Wow.
You're rarely asked to build in this sandbox, just to dig for the marbles buried beneath it. To its credit, there are a ton of discoveries to find, and some of them are genuinely well hidden or tricky to sniff out, so I imagine this game will appeal to the type of completionist that does just love the pop. There's a built-in hint system that lets you spend a plentiful currency called tokens to see which ones you're missing and how to find them too, so it never leaves you flailing in the dark wondering what hyper-specific interaction you may have not tried yet. The tools are there to make discovery hunting a relatively painless process. It's just never a particularly rewarding one.
Flower power? Oh god.
The collectible I was more inclined
Here
to
we
track down
go.
all of were the smiley flowers. There are generally somewhere in the range of 3 to 6 per level, hidden in very classic Yoshi platformer ways, usually asking you to reach certain spots or uncover secret areas where they're tucked away. Yoshi and the Mysterious Book has plenty of similarities to previous Yoshi games and stuff like its egg throwing and flutter jumping, but it doesn't actually share a whole lot of DNA in a practical sense. That's totally fine, and I dig when a developer experiments with a series in interesting ways. But something about hunting for flowers was just satisfying in a way that asking variations of,
well, it's like with the stars, right? Whenever you try to find all the stars in the Super Mario. It's practically the same thing, isn't it?
Dunking this nerd underwater yet wasn't. Collecting those flowers was fun enough on its own, but the reward you get for doing so has got to be one of the most perplexing unlockables I have ever seen in any video.
Oh, I also got word. They have finally shipped my Leering Center hoodie. I got the notification yesterday. So hopefully, through the act of God himself, it'll come up in the mail eventually because they used the United States postal system.
Not available until after Chapter 6, which again took me about 8 hours to finish, and I only spent another 5 or 6 after that to finish every available level. 5 smiley flowers can be exchanged for
Let's go, Melissa.
A new UI element. This mountain of nonsensical HUD options range from a chat log for your bookish companion Mr. E to graphs that tell you the flavor profile of anything you lick. There are multiple ways to measure speed, water quality, temperature, and a whole host of other variables that no level ever asks you to care about in any
Why the hell would you care about that?
way. Nothing about this system is offensive or distracting, but very little about it is helpful either. Apart from a clock that I imagine speedrunners will appreciate, pretty much the only useful one I've unlocked so far is a radar that points toward nearby smiley flowers. Even stuff like displaying Yoshi's remaining health, which you're never told he even has before you unlock that option, is ultimately pointless when no amount of damage will actually defeat him. It's customizable.
What? So you can't die? Nuh-uh. You can't die. No way.
Which you're never told he even has before you unlock that option, is ultimately pointless when no amount of damage will actually defeat him.
Bro, why even play the game? What the fuck? How have we gone backwards? How have we gone backwards? How? Yeah, exactly. Like, who the hell would play a game where you literally can't die? That's stupid. I got McDonald's. Hooray me.
Its customizable nature also allows you to cover your entire screen in unhinged garbage for no reason, which is the kind of commitment to the bit I actually admire more than anything else. I don't
Why?
remotely understand this,
my
but
God.
I guess I at least respect it in a weird way.
Why?
Remotely understand this, but
Bro.
I guess I at least respect it in a weird way. Yoshi and the Mysterious Book is an undeniable delight, with adorable storybook
Let me
creatures
guess,
that
an
are
8?
amusing to learn about in your first surprise-filled encounters with them. But while there's an impressive variety on display,
From everything I've heard, this game shouldn't be higher than a 4. You can't even die. Like, what?
it comes at the cost of depth. Nearly all of its best ideas are left to wilt on the vine. Especially one clever mechanic that could have supported an entire game on its own, but instead arrives far too late and then disappointingly disappears. Its open-ended levels certainly have me smiling, but a lot less after the first run through. The long list of potential discoveries also offers too few moments to take what you've learned and think creatively to solve a problem. That's a significant weakness for a game that's all about experimentation. The result is the most charming video game bubble wrap you'll
I'll
ever
take it.
pop, and not much more.
I'll take it.
Logan playing from
I'll take
IGN's
it.
Nintendo Voice.
I think that might actually be a W for IGN, honestly. I do. I think that's a W.
Voice chat here, and the tables have turned because I'm with
Now watch whenever it comes out, it's going to be a fucking 10. Everything that they said makes me think that it's a good 6. A good solid 6. Okay? Nothing else, nothing more. I want to watch this Hellraiser thing, but I'm definitely going to play it. Because I love Hellraiser. But I don't know if it's going to show anything scandalous. That's the problem with it.
The lament is over. Indulgence begins.
You long to see them hurt. You want your hands to do the hurting.
The Cenobites.
Show me how you hunt, Aiden Lynch.
That's really sick. I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna stop it here in case it shows anything that shouldn't be shown on stream. Oh yes! They did the Darksiders War Master Edition, guys. Oh my god, I love this franchise. I love the first two. Oh, by the way, we have a Nick Shirley video today.
I offer you this choice, horseman. Would you serve in heaven? Or rule in hell?
I choose what once
did not. Stronger is the mightiest and the last. Returns in the fall. We will send one for whom vengeance is reason enough.
If you've never played a Darksiders game, don't play the third one. Play the first two.
Are you not entertained?
The first two Darksiders game, well, the first one is a lot like God of War. Like the OG God of War. You'll like it.
You'll never get away. Never! Don't forget who holds the leash.
I haven't forgotten.
Woo! It's already out. I didn't even realize it was out.
PlayStation.
What's this? This kind of looks like Hotline Miami. Damn. Was it Hotline Miami? Hold on. Hotline Miami game. It is.
PlayStation.
It is like Hotline Miami. Garbage, garbage. That's not garbage, but we can't watch it. Hmm. There we go.
From retro.
Oh, wait a minute. You know what that looks like? Why does that look like Space Marines? That looks a lot like Space. They're going way too slow. Oh, what is that? Oh, that looks sick. Kind of looks a little bit like Jigsaw. Okay, let's move on from this. Let's move on from this. Oh, yep.
Spiders are scary, but hey, at least they can't get you in the water, right?
Ah.
Yeah, that nightmare is a fishing spider, native to the land down under, because of course it fucking is. And you may be wondering why the fuck.
That's right, guys. If it's got venom and it lives, it's probably in Australia.
Holy Jesus. Well, you see, fishing spiders have no web.
Big motherfucker, dude. Look at that. Bro, you strap a saddle on that bitch and ride him into the kingdom come. You know what I'm saying? Damn, that is a big motherfucker. Bro, that thing is
They can't
big.
just wait for a fly to clothesline itself when they're hungry. No, when they want to feed, they gotta hop in the ute, drive down to the waterfront, and get ready to do some serious fishing.
Oh!
Now, last I checked, spiders can't just go down to BCF and buy a fishing rod. No, these little guys need to get hands-on. Or, should I say feet? Because they start their hunt by resting their forelegs on the water's surface. These legs are covered in incredibly sensitive hairs, which detect tiny little ripples and vibrations from the water, basically giving them their prey's fucking IP address. Not only finding their location, but also doxing what fucking species it is. Uncooked
Damn.
fish finger located, all that's left to do is, you know, go out and grab him. But, how?
Oh.
Well, no, he's not wearing 4 pairs of Frostwalker boots. Those long legs are also coated in hydrophobic hair. This allows them to put their weight on the
That
water
is creepy.
without breaking
That's
the surface
creepy.
tension. This means that when they see their prey, they can simply Jesus towards it at Mach 5 and fucking grab it. Fighting it with venomous fangs that inject,
Of course.
you guessed it,
Neurotoxin, right?
Say the line, Bart.
neurotoxin. And once it's paralyzed, they drag it back to the shore and have a feed. Ah, wait, this one's too small, we gotta throw him back.
Be free!
Spiders are scary, but hey, at least they can't get you in the water, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck
no-
that, dude. Fuck that. Ugh! One more.
This pond is hiding something.
Why does it
scary.
do this? Why does it do that?
This pond is hiding something scary. This pond is hiding something scary. No, not that. It's worse. You see, these are cranberries, a small red fruit used in juice, sauces, and even alcohol.
Oh, that's right. The cranberry bogs. Okay, so like, I heard that in cranberry bogs, they dump a bunch of spiders into the cranberry bogs. I think it's specifically wolf spiders, right?
However, unlike many fruits which grow in luscious green fields, cranberries grow in a fucking swamp.
A bog.
However,
To be more specific.
sharing a postcode with Shrek doesn't exempt cranberries from pest control issues. But rather than dumping enough toxic chemicals on the cranberry bog to qualify it as a League of Legends lobby, cranberry farmers decided to use a more interesting form of pest control. Fucking wolf spiders.
Oh, I was right. Oh my god.
That's right, in order to prevent a horde of bugs from devouring these innocent cranberries, our brave hell spiders are deployed to the field to protect against the horde. Which works great. Until they flood the fields to harvest the cranberries.
Don't tell me because you're the highest point in that bog, you're the one thing they... Oh my god! Just imagine you're doing that as a job, and now you've got these big-ass fucking venomous wolf spiders crawling up your fucking leg. Oh!
At
Oh,
which point
dude.
the highly venomous wolf spiders start to look for the closest high point. And if you're picking the berries, that's you.
Fuck that job, dude. If they weren't venomous, I'd be fine with it. But no, dude. With my luck, I'd be getting bit by every one of those little bastards. Hell no.
This pond is
Nope. Nope.
You ever seen?
There is bad news about the Trump phone. His royal assness has not yet spoken of it.
A man's soul leave his body? You have now. So, about 5 months ago, decided
How do these get even more monotoned and funny every time? I don't get it. Like, how?
You ever seen a man's soul leave his body? You have now. So, about 5 months ago, decided, let's take a peek into this whole Trump phone thing, because they're long overdue on delivering this golden phone that'll reinvent my understanding of what it means to deliver a phone call and, I don't know, ask Grok to put me in a bikini on my mobile device. And, well, that started a bit of a snowball effect where I got really wrapped up in the whirlwind of trying to get my hands on this fucking mythical device. I would probably have better odds of finding...
There are a few news media outlets that have done reviews on it so far. Legacy media outlets, like I think it was MSNBC or something like that.
A real-life Dragon Ball than a T1 device. Anyway, I don't need to regurgitate the lore for how we got here. Point is, there's been a new development, a huge disaster, and I mean this isn't a meme, I'm not being exaggeratory. What's unfolded is a complete fucking catastrophe.
Really?
There is a massive security problem with TrumpMobile.com that has led to thousands of customers getting a big cock in their mouth.
I'm making this video to let you know that TrumpMobile.com is leaking customer information, and I know that because, sadly, I am one of those customers.
Holy shit. Wow. They fumbled the ball, they picked it back up, and they fumbled something else, man. How the hell?
Whose mailing address, email address,
oh my god.
Everything short of credit card number is being leaked via a security exploit that I'm not going to go into too much detail to explain, but it's not complicated.
Yeah, being a proud customer of Trump Mobile here, trying to get my paws on that T1 device.
How's it going, Timothy?
Put me on the hook here of this security vulnerability. So this individual
Dude, yesterday it was fucking hot, man. I was out there, like, I set foot outside and I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna suck.
Sent me an email, as well as CoffeeZilla, as well as a lot of other customers, about this vulnerability that they discovered on the Trump Mobile.
Vulnerability? That sounds like a full-blown fuck-up. What you talking about, vulnerability? Bro, they leaked everybody's information. What do you think this is, a fucking woke site? Like, come on.
Mobile website, which allowed them to access every piece of customer information except credit card number. That seems to be like the only thing that they weren't able.
That's oddly specific.
Able to like look at there, but everything else was just right out there frolicking, and they were able to look at it and were able to prove that this wasn't some hoax, that they actually did have this big security breach that they were able to get.
That really sucks because there's a lot of content creators that bought this phone as like a meme. So now they could be blackmailed. That's kind of fucked. Like,
get all this information from. Basically, they have the whole kit and caboodle of everything Trump Mobile. They got them by the titties. They're squeezing on the honkers. And they were able to provide a lot of information about it, as well as like divulging the method, which neither CoffeeZilla nor myself will get into.
Oh, speaking of cyber ransom and hacking, so a couple weeks ago, I talked about it on stream. No one ever covered it. But Rachel, of course, our worthy Rachel, dropped into the Discord or into the chat and talked about the colleges that were being taken over by the ransomware, or not the ransomware, but their information was all being, they got hacked and they were being blackmailed to give them a whole bunch of money in order to make sure people's information didn't get leaked, right? And it like held the entire like education system hostage or whatever, because apparently like all the teachers use it as well for like, it was a big fucking debacle. It was a whole debacle, right? Apparently they settled with the scammers, and they both got what they wanted. So the scammers got the money, and the college got their shit back, and it's supposedly it's fixed now, allegedly.
It is a big whoops-a-daisy that needs fixing. So CoffeeZilla and myself, as well as this individual, have reached out to Trump Mobile in every possible avenue we could find to put this on their radar for them to fix it, because this is a huge issue. All of us have been met with radio silence. This individual does not appear to be some kind of like malicious bad actor trying to use this for some kind of nefarious purposes. This is someone that has actively been trying to get it fixed, and then when he's been met with nothing but crickets from Trump Mobile as well as a couple of other outlets that he reached out to, that's when he reached out to myself, CoffeeZilla, and multiple other people as well that were customers here, victims of this security flaw. So since no one from the official Trump Mobile team is receptive to this kind of alert, what else is there to do besides just make this video and CoffeeZilla's video publicly talking about it, so that way maybe they can, see it and fix it.
That really sucks, because if Trump Mobile didn't know about it and a bunch of YouTubers figured it out, the unfortunate fact is I guarantee you a bunch of people on the internet have already got that information and probably are attempting to blackmail some of these content creators if they haven't already started blackmailing these content creators. And that really blows, man. Like, that really blows. I couldn't imagine having your shit stolen like that and actually caring about it. It really sucks. And I say actually caring about it because if somebody steals my identity, well, let's just say that they would have been better off trying to steal the identity of a dead man, because, because
this is a huge...
Let's be honest
problem
here.
And this should hopefully dissuade other people from purchasing a Trump Mobile device, because...
You will not find somebody that believes in the last name curse more than me. I promise you.
Is not safe to do so right now. It is actually dangerous. It has a huge security issue.
I mean, exactly how it works was explained to me. I'm not a computer expert, but even I can understand the mechanics of it, meaning it's very low-hanging fruit. Basically, this past weekend, I was reached out to among many other people who have Trump Mobile accounts to let us know that our identification was being served up. This was by somebody who said they had no interest in doxing me, but they just wanted to let me know that this was happening. This person had my order information, my mailing address. They had other people's information as well that they shared with me.
That's terrifying, bro.
It was real. Of course, blurring out the actual address data. From what I can tell, the person who contacted me, they're just interested in getting this fixed. They contacted the Trump Mobile team. They didn't respond.
Bro, I fucking swear, the Trump Mobile, the T1 device, is like the mummy's curse. It brings nothing but misery and plague. Like, everything Trump touches is literally the cheese touch. Holy fuck, man. I
it's the Cheeto touch, man. Cheeto
phone as a joke, just to see A, if it would ever actually come out, and B, if it does release, if it's any good whatsoever, like what actually even
Trump probably did it on purpose. I think it'd be kind of funny if all these content creators did it for the meme, and Trump was just like, "Ha, fuck you."
Served to me, and as a result, now I get butt fucked. This is the president of the United States, man. Just the concept of this would be something that people would insult and critique if they saw it in some kind of like satirical context in like a show or a movie, because it's so over the top stupid. The fucking president of this country has a company, and has had many companies that are complete fucking sham.
You see, the issue is that you decided to give your money to somebody that bankrupted a casino. I don't know how else to tell you this, but if you thought for a second that you could trust him with your information, who's really at fault here? Is this really Trump's fault, or is this a product of natural selection? I mean, let's think about this for a second. He bankrupted a fucking casino. A casino! Literal moneymaker. Like, come on.
But this one in particular is not only extremely shady and unable to deliver anything that it has been hyping up and taking orders for so long, but also has a security flaw that is actually disastrous for the customers.
Let's go,
It's just unthinkable. So you can't trust your information with the president, something that is backed by the president of the United States of America. Like I knew.
See, I didn't know that. I didn't know that the casino was already in debt. That's the kind of shit that Democrats leave out. Well, he bankrupted a casino. Oh yeah? Yeah. Find out later. Well, it was already in debt. He tried to pull it out, but it was just too far gone. Oh, what the fuck? That's kind of neat to know information.
Was a bunch of barnacles, like everything with the T1, just another one of Trump's endless money grabbing
half-truth right there.
Employees, like the Trump Bible and all that. But I would have never expected it to be this much of an absurd, throbbing headache. I'm porky pigging right now. It's just so annoying.
Basically, how we feel is there's a public interest in letting people know, do not order on TrumpMobile.com unless you're ready for your information to be leaked. It's basically that bad. And also raises concerns given that Trump Mobile is offering a cellular service. I don't know how much of a they would have.
Yeah, they offered you that cellular service so that way they could track you.
Into people's browsing histories, call history, location data, but I would assume they keep some of that data, and if that is the case, I'd be very concerned given how much, or should I say, how little protection they give to your basic customer information, which should be obviously like under lock and key.
That's exactly right. This is a massive safety concern. Giving your information to Trump Mobile is like covering yourself in raw meat and jumping into the grizzly bear habitat at the zoo. It's a recipe for disaster. So, since they haven't responded to anything, of us reaching out to try and get it fixed, this is the only option to
so
let
what,
people know.
now even the lines are shut down? That's weird.
Do not place any product orders with Trump Mobile right now, and if you already have, Goose is kind of cooked. Sleep with one eye open, I guess. Cold sweats, I don't know what to tell you. There's not a whole lot you can do. We don't know if this is the only individual on the...
You see, it's funny that people even care about this, man. You do realize that back in the day, you had this magical thing called the phone book. And what you do in the phone book is, it's got your name, first and last, your phone number, and your mailing address. So, I don't know why people are so up in arms against it. It's already literal public information. Like, it's literally already public information. Come on.
Planet that's figured this out, or if it has been exploited by like malicious entities that have been scraping this data for dubious reasons and they just haven't made it known to anyone yet. We have no way of knowing that right now. This individual reached out of concern and they'd been trying to get it fixed themselves to no avail, so then reached out to us to try and get it fixed, and we also got radio silence as well, so there's not a whole lot of other options left. But this appears to be someone that genuinely just wants the problem fixed. And the whole purpose of talking about this is this shit needs to get fixed. This is a huge
obviously it needs
issue.
to get fixed.
Now, among
that doesn't make it okay. But I am saying that these guys are overblowing this. They're blowing this out of proportion when it doesn't need to be. Like, I'm sorry, but that's
discovered while realizing that, my address is out on TrumpMobile.com being served up to anyone who knows this security exploit. We also found out that the real number of customer orders is much lower than we thought previously. It had been reported that 600,000 people ordered the T1 phone. Turns out that number was basically made up from thin air. But actually looking at the customer, unique IDs, it looks like the real number of
Happy 420 peeps
on this website was more like roughly 10,000 unique customers with roughly 30,000 unique customer phone orders. I don't know if that also includes Trump Mobile itself as a cellular service plan. I'm not exactly sure, but it looks like about 30,000 different orders went through, much lower than previously reported, about 5% actually of what was previously reported.
Yeah, that was a wacky little nugget that came as a result of this individual having access to basically the fucking mainframe of Trump Mobile.
Oh, damn, you're right. The T1000.
They were able to comb through and look at the total number of product orders that were placed, and according to that information,
Oh yeah, it is May. Yeah, you are a month behind.
Numbers that have been reported with like the 590,000.
You could say that at 4 o'clock today, it's 420. You could say that though.
That's straight fucking horseradish, apparently. Which shouldn't come as a surprise to anyone, because making up numbers has become the bread and butter tactic of anything Trump adjacent. So, I guess I shouldn't be surprised, but I guess I just really thought that Trump Mobile was, like, more successful with, like, brain-dead lobotomites. So this is actually something, I guess, positive.
For those of you that don't know, a lobotomite is a character in Fallout New Vegas. Well, it's like it's an enemy that's in one of the DLCs. It's where these brains in these tubes like kidnapped a bunch of people and they lobotomized them and took their brains out or whatever, right? And they are like feral like people now that immediately attack you on sight.
You could look at this positively, like, oh, there were only roughly like 30,000 suckers, and maybe a handful of them were like myself and CoffeeZilla, who were there to try and see, like, well, what is this piece of shit? Like, is it even real? That kind of thing, like investigating it, I guess. Been
actually going to deliver all sorts of Trump and explain
all this than what they have been saying it is.
Which might explain why this has been seemingly such a low priority for Eric Trump and the people who are involved in this. It seems like there have been delays, changes, all sorts of stuff. It looks like they're trying to back out of this thing, only to then later say, no, we're actually going to deliver it. At this point, I don't know if it's more just to get this off the legal liability ledger, because it doesn't seem like there's as much interest in this device as was previously reported. And in some ways, it's good because it means the blast radius might be about...
There was never any real interest in buying this phone and getting on the network. It was all for a fucking meme, or people that are like so gung-ho for Trump that they'll do anything. That's what this was all about. Okay, let's not construe this into something that it like. This was not about to be the next T-Mobile or Verizon. This was never going to be the new iPhone or Android. Don't sit there and try to make it something that it was never. It was never going to be that. Everybody knows that whoever bought this phone was trying to troll or trying to just do it for the meme. It was never ever about. It was never done in good faith. It's obvious it was never done in good faith. I mean, let's be honest here. Let's be honest with ourselves.
Which is still bad, to be clear, but much lower than was previously thought.
I think
that doesn't make it any worse, but I am saying that if you're trying to put false pretenses on that, you're cooked in the head. I'm sorry, dude.
Because that would really explain why this has been so low on their list of things to do. They promised a phone a year ago and then just let that fall to the back rooms and hope people forgot about it. And that seemingly did terrible shit. That
this sucks. I wanted to get it. So I just wanted to...
Terrible shit that came with all of this.
So I just wanted to let people know, as one of the people affected, this sucks. I wanted to get it fixed before...
I do feel really bad for anybody that had their information leaked, though. I mean, obviously, that's not something to be like... Like, I'll joke about it, but at the end of the day, like, it still sucks. Especially if you're a content creator. Like, there are VTubers that are VTubers for specific reasons, and there's nothing worse than being doxxed. Like, it sucks. It does.
And now it looks like, unfortunately, we just have to report on this. If you're someone from the Trump Mobile team and you're wondering how this exploit works, you can get a hold of me. I've tried to get a hold of the US-based support team and have not received a word back. So, yeah, let's get this fixed.
Exactly. Let's get this fixed. Please. We're at the point now where we have to grovel and beg for them to fix a security vulnerability that is exposing their customers' sensitive information. All of it. This should be something that they take seriously and start to move on ASAP. Fingers crossed. This entire fucking...
I do think that this sucks. It does suck. Like,
so it's rancid.
Okay, so if you're new here, sub to the channel, hit like on the stream. Don't forget to hit like, guys. We're here every day, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Central Time. Don't forget to look at them biddies. Not the bits. I keep calling them bits. Bits is Twitch. Don't forget to hit those jewels up so that way we get more viewers up in here to make fun of them. You know, where else are you gonna get comebacks like I fucked your mother, I'm your dad? You know what I'm saying? I mean, we gotta bring the trolls in. Chat's hungry.
All right.
Let's go, Megabyte. So I think this guy got booted, didn't he? Didn't he lose the election? Didn't Massey lose? Did Thomas Massey lose? Yep. Thomas lost to Trump-backed Ed Gulleran. That's it. It's over. He lost.
Super Israel? We already have Super Israel. It's called America.
I would have come out sooner, but I had to call my opponent and concede, and it took a while to find Ed Gulleran in Tel Aviv.
Oh my God, dude.
Talking mad shit.
I did get the call through, though. I have called and conceded the race. We've been honorable the whole time, and we're going to stay that way.
I'm not going to lie. So Thomas Massey was the one that you saw at the podium trying to get these files out and about, right? I think that there are multiple reasons why he didn't get reelected. But I think that the way the Epstein files was handled, with how much that he was trying to force it, he lost a lot of his constituents. It doesn't seem to me like he's on the bad side of things. He genuinely, it seemed to me like he was the only one that wanted the files released because of the victims. Genuinely. I think that everything that he did was in good faith, and I've heard a lot of like, oh, well, he went against the big, beautiful bill, and he went against that, and he went against that, and went against that, and it's like, but if you look into it, he actually didn't. He doesn't agree with everything that Trump is doing, but he also doesn't disagree with everything that Trump is doing. So, like, I think what lost a lot of his people were probably the Epstein files. And, I mean, I'm sure that there was others to that. But the big thing that I feel like is going on with the whole Trump administration is that they are treating the Democrats the same way they were treated, which is, if you're not with us, you're against us. And the thing is how the Epstein files were handled. Yes, he did a damn good thing by putting that law in place. I think that's a damn good thing. But at the end of the day, the forcefulness of the law led to victims' names being leaked. And, you know, it otherwise was just a big fucking fumble for everything. And that has to do with Pam Bondi. I wouldn't necessarily blame the entire Trump administration for that. I wouldn't necessarily blame Tom Massey. What I'm saying is that it made a lot of people look the other way, if that makes any sense. Like, you know, no one here may feel that way, but you would be surprised.
You know, welcome to the most expensive
Yo, W10 Jules by Red Raven.
150-year history of this country.
So far.
It's not just the most expensive. This thing went on longer than Vietnam.
How's it going, Robert?
It started 9 months ago, and they didn't even have a candidate, and they decided they want to take me out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We always have a great day agitating
by
liberals and
thanking the
Democrats.
volunteers who have put so much effort into this. Some of you came from all across the country. Some of you are homegrown. I love all of you. I see how this is going to work. I'm going to have to not quit talking, or you'll start doing it. Donors, okay? Round, would you come up here? Maybe I can get him out here.
was gonna say me, bro. Come on.
I want to thank my family. That's who we have arrayed back here. My grandbabies, all 3 of them.
Damn.
Polling, and I'm sure if we had exit polling, it would show the same thing. We have the younger demographic. We
It's true.
Yeah, I wonder why that is.
It's true. It's all.
I'm sure it has nothing to do with children marching out into the middle of the streets and parents not knowing where the hell they're at, right? Surely.
Old fucks. Yeah. It's a lot of young guys, bro. Like, young guys are in on this. Oh.
I think that Massey is probably going to be the new group for the younger people. I do. He's not for Israel. He's not he's not anti-American. He's not pro-communism. He's not pro. It's kind of sad that these are the benefits now. It's insane to me that we even have to fucking say this for a candidate. It's fucking crazy, right? He's got a good head on his shoulders. I feel like if there was a third party, he would be part of the third party. Kind of like with, oh my God, dude. I can never think of that senator's name. He's a Democrat, though.
I don't even know who this guy is.
I'm gonna call him Flip Flop Man.
Patriots, and you will inherit this country, and you will make it better. And I
Fetterman,
am
thank you.
because of that. Thank you.
I'm surprised how many people just don't like Fetterman.
To
be fair, there's more to it.
I mean, I think people, if you're not tired of politics, if you're not jaded, if you're not cynical, and so many people are, the people that really expensive for.
I like Goybiism.
Look, they used a lot of dirty tricks, but we stayed the course. We didn't bend a knee. We didn't throw a foul ball. We didn't do any of those things. We didn't kneecap.
Bro's got to be careful what he says. He doesn't want to get sued like Rudy Giuliani. They sued his ass into the ground because he said that the elections were rigged.
We had lots of opportunities to try a lot of stuff like
in time.
It looks like the Roman Empire, architecture from the Roman Empire. I see a few analogies there.
Yeah, I want to see that.
People are just trying to make ends meet. But we were promised that Miriam Adelson would pay for that ballroom. But she's... Hey, she spent so much money in this race, they're going to have to reduce the footprint of that thing. But here's one thing I saw on Fox. They were saying, oh my goodness, we're ready for war. We're about to restart this war. We were supposed to restart this war today, but we can't restart this war today. The war can't start today. They said we got to wait a day.
I think he is against the Iran war, though. I do think that he is against the Iran war, if I'm not mistaken. If I am not mistaken, I think he is.
For some girls, every single time there's like a good-looking serial killer, there's always a gaggle of mentally ill women begging to be the next victim.
Context. A trio, big fans of Luigi Mangione.
I'm arriving late. Can you tell me who you are and why you're here today?
We're part of a group called the Mangianistas.
What are you called?
The Mangianistas. We are a trio.
Guys, you can't make this up. They gave a press pass to literal fangirls.
Yeah.
So are you reporting on this trial?
Yeah, we're at this press. I said what I said. I don't give a fuck.
His children are better off without.
Children are better off without. The guy that got murdered.
And enjoy the blood money, kids.
What the fuck?
Better off the guy that got murdered.
And enjoy the blood money, kids.
As I said, guys, the witch trials make more and more sense every day.
I gotta agree with them about that. Are you kidding me? So like, you do realize that a CEO really doesn't do much to the company, right? It's usually just the face of the company. Like that'd be like if you walked up and shot you put like six 6 bullets into a CVS sign. You do realize that the company keeps going, right? The CEO just does the bidding of the chairman or the shareholders. I don't understand how. I guarantee you these people were down there protesting everything else that Trump is doing. I almost promise you, dude. Oh my God, like, it's just so mentally ill and brain dead. How do these people function, bro?
When violence is good, that's like, as America gets.
I mean, why do we protect the Second Amendment so much? Is it to allow people to shoot up schools, or is it for us to protect our democracy? I think it's to protect our democracy.
I think that there's always something that's very ironic and funny about a lot of these young women. In modern society now, feminine aggression isn't really counterbalanced or checked in any sort of a way. So what you have is a lot of women like this that are just like very obscenely aggressive and hostile like this because there's never any sort of check and balance for any of their behavior. If they had their way and every single person was able to interpret the law based off of what they felt was fair, these women would probably be sex slaves because that's what's happened in every other society where you let people interpret the law however they want. So it
kind of sucks that you could even in America interpret the law in a different way. Like, it blows my mind that the way they word things is a way in which different Supreme Court members or justices can just interpret it in their own way. The fact that it is not coded in black and white is insane to me. Like, the law is what it is. You shouldn't just be able to interpret it in any way that you want. That is just crazy.
It's very odd for me to hear this being said, right? These people that are so confident in this ideology of violence.
And that's what's really sad about this, is how confident they are, too. They're confidently brainwashed. Like, straight up.
Would actually be the first people who, if their ideology were enacted, would be totally victimized by it.
Yeah, exactly. That's the funniest part, is that you've got women out there that are like screeching for communism, and then like it's like, you do realize that if communism happened, that you would be, well, let's just say it. I mean, you'd become sex slaves. You would become property again. Like, not all communism, but there's a good majority of communism where you, as a woman, you have no rights.
I think he looks really, really pale. I'm personally upset that he was still shackled. I think that's obscene. We don't feel endangered by him.
The only thing that's obscene or completely wrong with this country is the fact that somebody like you can vote. That's the only problem that I see.
In the slightest.
What a bunch of brain-dead idiots. Jesus. Man. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? And to give you an example of what it looks like in these other countries.
Is an indebted African father selling his twin daughters into sexual slavery with adult men as a man who is forced to make difficult choices? What?
Abdul Rashid Azimi's home, we're suddenly confronted by the devastating impact. He calls for his daughters. Rukia and Rahila are twins. They're 7. Abdul is eager to explain why he's making unbearable choices. I'm ready to sell my daughters. I'm poor and in debt.
Oh my God.
But what
He's selling
can I give?
his kids?
But it's the only way to feed my other children.
The post got community noted. BBC frames Afghan fathers selling their daughters as sympathetic. All profiled cases involve girls 5 years old. Selling daughters for marriage is a long-standing cultural practice in parts of Afghanistan. BBC focuses on fathers' distress over the outcomes for girls, parentheses, viral. People are eviscerating them in the quote retweets if you want to check it out real quick. Not once does this article ask who is buying the children and why. Afghani men are selling their girls to other Afghani men. Get it right, you utter disgrace. They're voluntarily doing this to make money, as they have done in the Middle East for centuries. Men sell their daughters, and a BBC has a poor man's take. You don't hate the BBC enough.
Oh, man. Whew, they just can't get it right, can they? First, it was the dogs in somewhere in the UK. Now before that, it was Trump's press conference or speech that he gave that they edited to make it seem like he had hyped up all the Jan 6th. Now it's this. They just can't seem to get it right,
The reason why they're doing it. They're doing it because they want to portray these people as being sympathetic so they can soften people's opinions on them through immigration. They're trying to literally whitewash and make it look like selling your young, like, what is it, like 6-year-old daughters into slavery. How do you possibly try to paint him out as if he's the victim? There should be no moral equivalency that is drawn at all.
I am so fucking happy that the internet exists. I am. It is a good day to be on the internet as an American, filled with a bunch of people that are sick and tired of this fucking stupid ass narrative.
To this is sick, deranged. How do people defend this? The reason why they defend it is because it is anti-Western propaganda. Once you understand that these people hate you and they want to demographically replace you in your own countries, then you will finally understand their mind. The problem,
and as soon as they do, what do you think is going to happen here? People won't be crying about the Epstein files. They're going to be crying about the marriage records.
I think a lot of people have is that they're naive and they assume that these people have some sort of a good motive. They have no good motive. Yep, there it is. Selling children to survive. Afghan fathers forced to make impossible choices. So he sold the girls to feed the boy. Man, they are trying to impose an ideology of cultural relativism to the most disgusting aspects of behavior around the world. It's filthy.
It's absolutely disgusting.
So glad people are calling this out.
That is insane. Okay, let's see. I want this. This is what I want right here. Okay. We got a Nick Shirley video, boys. Make sure y'all get those jewels, because I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of little pissed off peepees in the chat. I'm sure that are gonna start popping in here. This is the normal Nick Shirley. Let me go ahead and share this. This is Nick Shirley interviews. That's his other channel. W chat. Make sure y'all sub, like, hit, I'll do all that good stuff. We're here every day. Keep doing it.
Awake is the new woke. Don't be woke, be awake. And people are waking up.
You're the only woman up here. What are you doing?
I'm protecting our kids for the future.
We're not right.
People are starting to wake up. Awake is the new woke. Don't be woke, be awake. And people are waking up.
You're the only woman up here. What are you doing?
I'm protecting our kids for the future.
We're not right wing, we're just right. And we're normal people coming out to defend our country and defend our children. And
Yo, she's got a point. I'm not right wing, I'm just right. Damn, I like that. I'm taking that shit. Bro, I am taking that.
This is the revolt. This is the peasants revolting.
The United Kingdom has recently erupted, and the kingdom is not united. In fact, it seems to be very divided at the moment. Major underlying issue to all this is the current migrant crisis and the two-tier policing inside the United Kingdom. I will be attending the largest rally in UK history and going to other cities that have been changed due to the influx of migrants.
Uprising is set to take place here in the United Kingdom. Some may even say it is the beginning of a revolution. Millions of people are here out in the streets of the United Kingdom to take back their country and get their speech back. Today we're here in the streets of London. We have the Big Ben right behind us here today, and today it's set to be one of the biggest marches in the history of the United Kingdom.
I wonder what the amount was that turned up. How many people turned out for the Unite the Kingdom march? It says 60,000, but I just don't believe that. That's what the police estimates say. I don't believe that. I don't believe that for a fucking second. There were so many people out there. How many people can fit inside of a football stadium? I'm sorry, but I think that there was more people than you could fit inside of a college or a football stadium. It's like 100,000 people. There's no way, dude. Like, the drone footage that I saw where it was pulling out, it was packed from wall to wall, and it stretched all the way across the bridge. I saw more footage of the amount of people. You notice how that it went up to that cul-de-sac, and then it stretched all the way across the bridge. I think that they gypped the numbers. I do. What was the Palestine protest that was going on around the United Britain protest?
In the UK right now, it is the capital of Europe. In Sweden, for instance, 1 in 4 women are projected to be, and here in the United Kingdom, 30% of women have been assaulted.
Yeah, by who?
That's fucking crazy. That's insane.
Ask the question. So in Sweden, who are they going to be by? Is it blonde head Swedes? You can actually do a graph. So you have Islamic immigration.
It's gone up 500%.
Yeah.
In Sweden.
The graph's like this. Islamic immigration, that's it. What's changed in those 20 years? I'll tell you what's changed. The Islamic demographic of this country's changed. And they their way through every country they go to because of their views on women and their views on non-Muslims. And the fact that the Quran says 4 times explicitly that they can take non-Muslim women as. Many Americans may have heard of the word grooming. Grooming is a jihad. They call it grooming. It's a pretty little word they give. Grooming is what you do to your dog. This is young British English.
I hope Elon does help the. I know exactly what you're talking about. We're talking about that guy that was handcuffed after he was stabbed yesterday in the UK. The guy was an 18-year-old college student was stabbed to death. The police show up after he tried to get away from the guy that the sheet whatever the fuck his name is that stabbed him, and the police arrested him and he like choked to death and died on his own blood. I hope that the family does take Elon up on that offer. Elon. Just another thing that Elon Musk is having to do that these fucking governments won't.
Taken by groups and hordes of Islamic men and targeted in the most horrific and abuse you could ever think of. And whilst they're doing this, the council, police and government let them do it. Say that out loud. Like, if you actually just say it out loud. Great Britain, the most civilised, one of the best countries in the world, what you think from your country is Great Britain, and what the world would view Great Britain as, allowed an invading army of barbarians from Islamic shells to rip their way through a generation of our daughters. And they let them do it. Yep. And the reason the police let them do it, and this isn't my opinion, this has come out in all the government investigations in all the different cities, the reason why they let them do it was because they didn't want to be called racist. So
that's fucking crazy. Just imagine you get like you know your daughter that something heinous and horrible like this has happened to them, and then you get in contact with the investigator that's supposed to be investigating this, and he's sitting his fat ass at his desk eating a fucking donut, and you're asking him why isn't the guy that did this or the group of people that did this not in jail? It's because they didn't want to get called racist, bro. You know what I can see happening? A massive rise in vigilante justice. If the government is unwilling to step in, I can see the massive rise of vigilante justice. I can.
An entire police force, every institution was paralysed with the fear of being called a racist. That's how powerful political correctness is. People think about how powerful is it? It made men stand and watch children be mad.
You're the only woman up here. What are you doing?
I'm protecting our kids for the fucking future.
Brutally assaulted by police, mate.
I don't get why they're doing this. All they're doing is trying to antagonise everyone, and all we want to do is a peaceful protest. And they're just sending everyone round and round.
This is supposed to be a family protest. A family protest. Fucking
It's worth this. No job. No job is worth this, mate. You're embarrassing yourselves, all of you. Have you got kids? Have you got kids? You can see the sadness in your eyes, mate. You don't want this. You don't want this.
Put the shields down now. I can see you're getting emotional about this right now.
I am, mate. Because I can see the sadness in all of these coppers' eyes. They don't want to be doing this. They're doing it for a paycheck.
You know what's even funnier? Is that they had a Palestine protest that was around this. And I think what they tried to do is make the Palestine movement look bigger, but nobody fucking cared. because of how many people showed up to unite the kingdom. No, I haven't seen a single piece of information about that protest for Palestine. I do know that the police and the individual staff of the police departments, they got together and tried to keep the Palestine and this one separate, and they were able to do that. But I think that it's hilarious that everything that they've advocated for was just blown out of the water by one protest. It was completely decimated by one protest.
Think about their own kids and that. Just look at them now. Look at them now. They're traitors, mate. They're traitors, and they should be embarrassed about what they're doing right now.
Yeah, this is something I've never seen before. I've seen protests because of shootings, stuff in the United States, deportations, but you guys are literally protesting because of the freedom of speech being taken away.
Freedom of speech being taken away, and the innocence of our children being taken away. Do they have kids? Would they?
I wouldn't be ashamed if I had family as a police officer during this. They have a job to do. I mean, the whole point of being a police officer is not just to protect and serve the public, it's also to maintain a check so that way you can pay your bills. Some people are just naturally gifted at being a police officer, and that's just how it is. I mean, it is what it is, you know?
That in their own for their own children. It's disgraceful. It's disgraceful.
Do you feel like you're becoming a second-class citizen in your own country?
Absolutely, and I've felt like that for many years. It's only become limelight in the media recently, but this has been going on for a very long time, mate.
Do you think this was planned for the cops to leave their barricade to come out and become aggressive?
They'll always support the left wing, even though they're the most violent, as we've seen in the last couple of days with, God bless his soul, Charlie Kirk, you know? And it always will be portrayed that the right wing, we're right wing. We're not right wing, we're just right. And we're normal people coming out to defend our country and defend our children, and that is it.
You think the forefathers of this country...
You can't expect the police to do that. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even think about what you were saying. If you're referring to them being here doing this, that'd be one thing. But if I worked for a department that told me that we don't want you to investigate this anymore because we're scared of being called racist, I would leave that department that day. I wouldn't even put in my 2 weeks. I would leave that department and I would leave that state that day. I didn't even think about that.
Absolutely, they're turning in their graves. They'll be mortified about what's happening here now. It's a disgrace. We was once a very great nation, and now we've fallen apart completely.
I mean, you do look in the eyes of these police officers, and they do just look...
Look at the eyes of them police officers. They don't want this, mate. They're traitors. They're fucking traitors.
Thank you.
Like being like a barricade to prevent people from going past somewhere, I can stand by that, but like having a police department where they don't want you to look into investigations because they're scared of being called racist. Fuck that department, dude.
This is just despair, actually, between this family member, between these two family members, just desperate to get their speech back. How do you guys feel about what your prime minister said about those that attend this march today?
He's a disgrace. He's an absolute disgrace. So he is. I'm not far right. Don't have a criminal record. I'm a pensioner. I fear for my grandchildren.
And what do you fear for your grandchildren?
Because of all the illegal immigrants that's coming here and they're getting everything going. I have 2 sons, can't even get on the property market.
And why do you think Keir Starmer would call people like you?
It's just like here, too. It's crazy how similar their situation is to ours here in America. They can't afford housing. They have to worry about their kids getting on pension, I guess is their example of it. Here it's Social Security. Like, it's insane how similar these problems are because of the immigrations, the mass immigration that these countries have allowed. And it makes sense why it would be harder to get a house. That's what happens when you've got like 5 people in a house and they're being imported like crazy and taking up all the housing. I mean, that's actual supply and demand.
Racist for attending this march?
Because he's frightened. He's frightened. He's on his way out anyway, and the sooner the better.
Oh,
Let me pray for you quickly. Heavenly Father, thank you for this man. Thank you for everything you've done. Thank you for blessing him and keeping him and continue to bless him and cover him in all ways. In Jesus' precious name, amen.
Amen. There we go. People in the streets of Britain praying for me.
Good to hear you. Oh my God, take your photo.
The people in London.
Come here, quick. Yes.
And ma'am, they are calling people like you a racist for being out here today.
I was an NHS worker. I worked for the NHS. I was a medical emergency nursing assistant. I lost my job for showing a post from the government website how much asylum seekers get when they come to the UK. I was sacked for gross misconduct.
Here. I actually got something for you. I got something for you I wanted to show y'all. Hold on. Did I save it in this?
If you resist.
Did I save it in this one? I think I did, right? Yeah, I did. Here you go. It's a senator. It's one of our senators, I believe.
Or talking about it.
Minnesotan who works as a lineman or works as a construction worker, works in any job that requires hard work, dedication, focus, who's worried about his ability to support for and provide his family. And then imagine that he has a neighbor who's a Somali refugee who arrived 2 years ago and has a Mercedes and no financial stress and no worries at all in the entire world and never seems to ever go to work at all because he just went to an office in the state, lied.
No, it's because it's against their religion.
Piece of paper and got unlimited free money forever for life. That is the system that is being run, and that is the corruption that this task force under the leadership of the vice president is going to demolish.
Yep. WJD Vance, by the way. WJD Vance. Seriously. Big W for JD Vance.
Never had a complaint about me ever in my life. So
if you're new here, sub to the channel, hit like on the stream. We're here every single day, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Central Time, every day of the week, same time, same place. Don't forget to hit those bits, those jewels up, guys. Jewels get more people up in here, so that way we can make fun of them.
I'm here to support my nurses.
So you've been attacked by the government for speaking out against mass immigration?
Yes, I was a NHS nursing assistant. I was a medical emergency, and I lost my job through freedom to speak, and I'm going to be here. I'm going to show freedom to speak in the UK, and we're going to show it today.
Your sign says...
Nick Shirley!
Oh, hello.
Oh, my goodness. Hello, Nick Shirley.
Nice to meet you. Your sign says... We did not vote for open borders, digital ID, higher taxes, two-tier policing, loss of free speech, pedophiles in politics, higher cost of living, Starmer out, restore Britain.
Yeah.
What's your message to Keir Starmer today?
Keir Starmer's a wanker.
Everything in the mandate is backtracked on. He's added things in that wasn't mandated, like digital ID. It doesn't listen to the British public. He's just had a landslide vote and he still is ignorant.
He needs to go.
He needs to stop branding hard-working Brits as far right. We just want to be heard and he's ignoring us.
How do you feel about the mass surveillance here of your government?
I feel like if you can do that to your own people, why can't you
W6 Jules,
the people you're letting in who are abusing our women and children, who
W6 Jules from Megabytes,
who are living better lives than the people who are working really hard
Let's go,
who live here, who are proud of where we are. We don't oppose immigration. We just don't want to have them prioritised above us. We're losing.
Well, it's a good thing that Keir Starmer couldn't. They obviously couldn't stop the march, and I know that that's definitely what he said. He said he was going to stop the march. So what they're trying to do now is they're obviously trying to lower the amount of people that joined into this fight, this protest, not this fight, this protest. They're saying that only 60 people showed up based on reports from the police departments around. There's no fucking way it was only 60K. I guarantee you, if you put these people into a stadium, it'd have been a lot more than that.
Culture and identity, it's not fair. We've had enough.
And why do you think Keir Starmer and your politicians
Yo, W10 Jules for the thumbs up.
People out here racist, saying this is pushing division here inside the United Kingdom?
I wish I knew the answer to that question, but I really don't. I ask myself this all the time. All I know is he's not serving the British public, and these numbers prove it.
You guys are out here, you're raising up the cross.
Yes.
Starmer's calling people like you guys far right.
Oh, Starmer, he needs to go. There's something dodgy about him.
What's dodgy about Starmer?
Everything.
I mean, like, he's a globalist.
And what's the Britain you hope for your children, your 2 daughters right here?
At this moment in time, the whole country's in dire straits. The government are not putting the British people first. There's no housing. There's no doctor's appointments. There's nothing.
Well, there's housing. It's just being hand fed to the immigrants that are being bused into your country.
Yeah.
Plenty of housing.
I mean, if we were far right.
Plenty of free housing too, sadly enough.
How many people can you spot of all different nationalities here? We've got Iranians, we've got black people,
Yo,
Asian
W10
people.
for the thumbs up.
Will you, Starmer? Just resign.
Manicam.
Resign.
And
Christ is king. I would like to claim refuge in Poland if possible.
Should the rest of Europe be more like Poland?
I think so, yes. Yes, absolutely.
I am too. I think that Donald Trump running on his immigration policies is what gave a lot of the rest of the world I wouldn't necessarily say freedom, but the ability to put their foot down and say enough is enough. It is. This group of people that have been trying to ideologically capture and bully people into a corner, trying to keep them isolated, trying to make sure that people don't realize how big and how many people are against this, has failed. It has. Not only has it failed, it's failed so massively that countries around the world are fighting back now. This has failed so miserably that I don't even think that that's why a lot of them are panicking now, especially with the redistricting in the United States. It's like you have people that were originally on your side blocking what you want simply because everybody understands what's going on now. Everyone's eyes are either opening or opened all the way. And it's a massive blowout. It is. It's a complete and total decimation.
And with the grooming gangs that took place here inside...
You've got the grooming... I've got 2 daughters at the end of the day. Even
Barney
when I was...
Frank. Barney Frank. Who's that? Who is Barney Frank? Oh, a senator. No, he isn't. A former United States representative. Barney Frank is an American politician. He served as a member of the U.S. House of Representatives for Massachusetts from 1980. God damn, dude. 1981 to 2013. That's insane.
A child, my younger sister, it happened with these Afghanis. Like, I'm sorry, but if you're having people coming from all different corners of the world that are not brought up with the same morals and same values, there is going to be a clash of cultures.
Obviously, if you bring somebody from a country where the legal age to marry is fucking 12, well, obviously there's going to be a problem in this culture. Trying to mix with Western culture. There's a huge problem there. Like, how could you be this stupid?
And this is what Starmer isn't listening to. He doesn't give a fuck about that.
Nope.
We're just meant to, like, pipe down, shut up, and just get on with it. No, we're sick of it. Like, this is the revolt. This is the peasants revolting.
And we want to keep our next generation safe for our little girls and our children. We want them to grow up in the country that we grew up in. And at times, diversity is not our strength. Unity is our strength, and that's why we're here today, to unify and say that we're not having it anymore.
Starmer is saying that your diversity is your strength. You would say it's not.
No. You go to the other march. That's the diversity side of it. This is unity. This is British people coming together to say we love our country and we want to keep it our country. We don't need all these open borders because it's not the best thing for us.
Do you guys feel like freedom of speech is underneath attack here?
Yes, I think we should be able to have freedom of speech without being called racist at the end of the day.
And is your freedom of speech and is your voice underneath attack right now?
Yes, it is. I've been banned from all social medias, pretty much, apart from X.
How angry are you currently at the current government and Keir Starmer?
The government under Keir Starmer.
So she's been banned on every social media except for X?
Attack right now.
Yes, it is. I've been banned from all social medias, pretty much, apart from X.
How angry?
I'm not surprised. I am not surprised. It's just like what I was saying. I don't know this lady. How many people came up in the chat and were like, oh, you're not really that big enough to get canceled, bro. The whole point, the whole reason why they're trying to get rid of you is so that way you don't become big. Because there are a lot of people that feel the exact same way that I do, and that a lot of the people in the chat feel. And the thing is that they're going to do whatever they can to get rid of you. Whatever they can.
Angry are you currently at the current government and Keir Starmer?
The government under Keir Starmer, it's just a complete joke.
And you think Western civilization is at threat due to the rise of Islam here in...
Right, okay, so I don't know if anyone recognizes me, but I am in the adult entertainment industry. But I seem to be the only person that realizes that the Islamification of Europe is going to eradicate us. The last few weeks, the last few days has shown...
They've even blocked, the US has already blocked UK movement for, like, a literal, what the way it was said was mass immigration for population replacement. Literally, that's how it was worded. And it's completely fucking disgusting, too.
I mean, that we're at a turning point, and that's what people are saying. That there seems to be a glimmer of hope now, that people are starting to wake up. Awake is the new woke. Don't be woke, be awake, and people are waking up.
It's crazy that people in America, these astroturfed fucking protests, have been going on for a year and a half now. And one protest against, like, for example, one protest for Unite the Kingdom, that was the name of this protest, turned up so many people. I wouldn't doubt for a second that more people turned up here than have been protesting all across America in the past year and a half. Straight up.
You out here onto the streets?
Supported the country.
And would you typically do this? Have you ever done this before?
No.
Have you reached a new level of...
Had enough. Enough's enough. Yeah, enough's enough.
We need to fight for our country. We need to fight for our country.
Are you worried about the future of your granddaughters and your daughters?
100%. 100%. That's why I'm here, for my grandchildren.
Has this ever happened in the history of your life before?
No. Never.
A new low has been hit here in Britain.
Oh, well and truly with the government, shit government.
We're just being let down. We're being let down.
In the past, Tommy Robinson was labeled as a far-right fascist. They tried to do everything between imprisoning him to silencing him, anything you can name it, taking away his social media accounts. But now the tide shifts. Yeah. Who is Tommy Robinson to you guys?
Well, he's the voice of our nature. Like Charlie Kirk, he's a truth teller. He tells you how it is. And that's...
Yo, man.
That's what Tommy Robinson is.
And he's the voice of our country.
He's the voice of our country. Well, he's the only one that spoke up.
So if it wasn't for Tommy Robinson, none of this would be possible right now?
Probably not, no. Probably not.
Would you say this is a revolution, a revolt?
I think it's getting there, isn't it? We're heading that way. We're definitely heading that way. If we don't...
Yeah, this is what it looks like whenever you finally have some... And I said this whenever Trump was running, too. Like, if you run on mass immigration, mass deportations, and locking down the border, you're almost guaranteed a win in any government that you're a part of. I mean, you're pretty much guaranteed, because the thing is that they tried to mass import immigrants and illegals to overthrow the Western culture and dilute it and make it to where the white people in it are the minority. But the thing is they're still the majority, whether the governments like it or not. So they still have to contest with the people that see what's obviously going on. Everybody sees it, but everybody was bullied into a corner. They had their accounts banned for having a different view. All of the legacy media was paid for. Most of the government officials allegedly are paid for. All the AstroTurf protests with violence involved in it. It's completely fucking obvious what's going on here. Like, even the police are being, well, corrupt individuals saying that they don't want to get called racist. They probably collected a bigger paycheck because of it. Let's be honest.
Speak up and do
let's
something.
Be honest here.
You know, we just want, you know, a nice, easy life. We just want equality. We want
You know, we don't want things brushed onto the carpet anymore. We want to be able to know that our kids, when they're growing up, are going to be safe in their own country, and it seems that it's not going that way, so we need to make a stand. We need to be heard.
Because if they can arrest one person, they can arrest a million. But if 1 million stand up, they can't arrest that one.
Exactly. There's not enough rooms in the prisons for everyone. You know, one voice is small, but a million voices are a lot louder.
What do you think Great Britain would look like if you guys did have your own Donald Trump as president?
Completely different. Completely different. You know, safer. Yeah. Safer country.
Do you feel safe in these streets?
No, absolutely not. Even coming here, you're watching over your shoulders. You see videos of people getting stabbed on trains, and you know, we're letting all these people come in, immigrants. We're hearing all this stuff that's kind of brushed under the carpet that you don't necessarily hear until you meet people like Tommy that expose them, and then he's frowned upon, locked up because they just want him out of the way. People don't like hearing the truth, and if the truth doesn't be told, our country's going to be taken over, and then we're doomed.
Who's it going to be taken over by?
Well,
you're afraid to say it.
Yeah.
You're afraid to say it because
it's because it's Britain and you can get thrown in jail. That's why. You can get I'm fairly certain Britain doesn't have the same freedom of speech that we do.
Because it's going to become an Islamic country. It's all about Islam. It's all about the Sharia law. And that's what petrifies us. We're Great Britain. We're called Great Britain. They want to take our country. There's nothing.
They don't. They have to be careful what they say because they can get put in jail. They don't have absolute freedom of speech like what we have.
This is why we are where we are today.
England till I die!
What's your thoughts on the police here?
What's my thoughts on the police? Absolutely disgusting. I was at the front. There was like about 3 foot and a line of them. They suddenly stepped forward and started hitting everybody. I'm 67 years old and they smacked me straight in the head with one of the big shields.
Who are the police protecting here in the United Kingdom? Sad reality.
Lefties, yeah, Pakistanis, sorry, but it's true.
Do you know anybody?
And you know what? She's right. What happened yesterday or day before yesterday? A Muslim mosque or a mosque got shot up by a gunman or by 2 gunmen. We still don't know what they are. We don't know anything about them. But what did the LA police department immediately say that they were going to do for all those mosques? They were going to start putting police officers there to protect those mosques. It's crazy that we need police officers in public transportation for buses and for subway systems. But the minute that, you've got a lady that gets lit on fire in a subway system in New York, from a homeless vagrant that had been locked up like 20 fucking times. You got a Ukrainian refugee that fled the war in Ukraine gets stabbed in the neck in a bus transportation system, and you didn't hear a single one of them try to put police on any one of those. But one shooting at a mosque, and they've already beefed up the entire thing for everybody in that state. That's crazy, dude. It's so blatantly fucking obvious. It's such a double standard. It's garbage. And I look forward to watching all of these states lose all of their momentum and power. I do.
Yeah, I follow a lot of people on YouTube, so I know a lot of them that have been arrested over the last year.
Is this a revolt? Is civil war inevitable?
Yeah, it is. It is. Everyone was behaving until this day. After this day is over, we're free to do what we want. We didn't want it cancelled, so everyone was on their best behaviour. Now, and what they've shown themselves today, plenty of video of them starting trouble.
I'm not a racist myself, so with that, they're coming over here. But obviously, at the same time, yes, some of us are struggling, and when they come over here, they just get everything handed to them.
Doesn't that just make you feel like you lived your life with meaningful purpose whenever you bust your ass and you can't even afford a multi-million-dollar house, but let's say you're a police person, right? You're a cop, and you out there busting your ass, dealing with adult daycare, having to worry about if somebody's going to attack you or shoot you or harm you or your family. And then, these illegals or these immigrants get bussed in, given health care, given free food, given a fucking a mansion to stay in, a mansion on your pension or your salary you'd never ever see in your entire fucking life. And you're just expected to be okay with that. And then on top of that, to boot, because they're being handed mansions, it's causing the price of housing to skyrocket out of control, which affects everybody else and the taxes they have to pay at the end of the year on their property, even if you've paid off the house. But you're just expected to fucking be okay with that, right? Got to take out a second mortgage after you sell your fucking house just to afford another mortgage because you had to move out of, you got priced out of the area you lived in. But you're just expected to be okay with that. What, you wanted to retire at the age of 65? Now you're going to work till you're dead.
Because obviously they're the ones that need the help. But most people in Dover, you could go anywhere and ask anyone, they'd say they belong to go, they have to go back.
In the United States, we have cartels that kind of control all the migrants. Is there some sort of thing like that here in the United Kingdom?
I'm sure there is, but you don't see it. You don't see it at all. There's definitely help for these people or misinformation for these people, pushing them towards us, but yeah, I'd say there definitely is.
We've realised that through falling away from the church, we've actually lost our identity, and we've allowed other people to come in. There are more churches closing in the UK now at the moment than there are public houses.
And becoming mosques. Our churches are closing and becoming mosques.
So you guys are traditionally a Christian country, but now you guys are being almost flipped to a Muslim country.
Yes, absolutely.
Nick Shirley's a complete and total badass, dude. I love Nick Shirley and what he does.
Sharia law.
Do you think diversity is killing the Western world?
Yes, absolutely it is.
How do you guys feel about all the migrants that have entered into the United Kingdom?
They need to turn around and go home. Yeah.
Sorry,
no.
Not enough room at the inn. We need to get our own people sorted first, and then we can start opening the borders again. But
Now,
until
our
then, we need to
national
shut
health
our
I agree with that. That should have been what it was from day one. How is it that you have people struggling to pay rent and pay housing, and nobody has health care? People don't want to call the ambulances for help. And you're going to sit here with everybody struggling, and you're just going to bus in your own fucking group of people and give them everything that every American has struggled for since the dawn of, since the dawn of time, it feels like. I mean, like, hello?
It's crumbling because we are getting people coming over and using our health system. That's all they come over for, is to use the NHS, some of them, and to make their kids, us as parents. Taxes, most people work 40 to 70 hours a week. It's terrible. We can't even afford to live. We are a multicultural country. We need immigrants to come into our country, which is fair enough.
As long
Immigrants
as they
that are going to come in and put into our society and don't Bring try and something to the change the table. way that we live into the way where you was living that you've left to come over.
Exactly. I thought the whole reason why they were fleeing their shithole country was because it's a shithole. Then why is it that the places where you seem to airdrop these guys into in America and in Britain, it seems to look an awful lot like their country? Don't you find that a little fucking problematic?
Something's happening here.
Yo, W Nick Shirley. W Nick Shirley. By the way, if you're new here, sub to the channel, hit like on the stream. I'm here every single day, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Central Time, doing the exact same thing. If you want to help get some more viewers up in here, check out those jewels. Do I want to see this one? Oh, this was yesterday.
Happy that a joke was made about George Floyd. You can't make jokes about
Why the hell not?
George Floyd.
Context. Good though, Kevin. The black community is so proud of you. Right now, George Floyd is looking up at us all, laughing so hard that he can't breathe.
Again, it is.
That's funny, dude. That's funny. I'm sorry, but George Floyd was a drug addict. He was a blight to humanity. If he had not have been resisting arrest, he wouldn't have had his neck snapped. That's just how it is. I'm sorry, but that is the truth. Sorry, not sorry, but that's the truth. If you use somebody like George Floyd as your role model, you cooked in the head.
It's not a laughing matter. We are here today.
I think it's hilarious. You know how many body cams I've watched of dumb people jumping off the side of a bridge to escape police? It's practically the same thing.
Egregious, disgusting joke was made about George Floyd. Here we are.
I mean, you think they resurrected
Floyd? Oh my God, I love it.
Him and killed him again.
Out to memorialize George Floyd for year 6 after.
Why is it that this is like their patron saint? Why is it that we're even talking about George Floyd? The guy was a career criminal scumbag, and he got pulled over while he was driving under the influence of fentanyl.
Put your hands on top of your head. Last time I got shot like that, hands on top of your head. Hands
Probably
on top.
got shot last time because your dumbass was resisting arrest. Stop resisting arrest. Jesus fuck, man.
Keep your hands where I can see them.
Are we really gonna act like this guy is some kind of good actor?
Brutal murder.
Ah, damn, that shit's annoying. Well, they put the guy put his fucking knee on the guy's neck. Yeah, probably because he was sitting there flipping around like a fucking flounder. Stop resisting arrest.
Hands of the Minneapolis Police Department.
Yeah.
Our community is still experiencing grief and trauma. We have young people.
Oh, get the fuck over it. You know what happened? All that donated money that was donated after the BLM riots, they completely fucked off out of the community and ended up losing all that money to the same people that fucking gave it to them for the most part. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. And you know what the best part of it is? Donald Trump, during his first year, completely destroyed the road that all that bullshit was, like, the monuments and shit for that. I was so happy. I was like, oh my God, thank you.
In our
Get
community.
over it. Holy fuck. People spent the entire fucking year burning the whole fucking country down. Move
Who were children at the time, they're now teenagers.
Yeah.
Still dealing with the impact of the police killing of George Floyd. And instead of allowing our community to grieve in peace, to celebrate George Floyd.
Bro got himself killed. Get up out of here.
We have Netflix comedians making light of the brutal killing of George Floyd.
Yeah.
And you better get fucking used to it because it's not going away anytime soon. And if you think anybody gives a flying fuck about what you say or think, you're just as cooked as George Floyd, okay?
It's unacceptable and it is unconscionable. Tony Hinchcliffe made a grotesque joke saying that George Floyd is looking up at us, laughing, and he can't breathe.
I thought you said it wasn't a laughing matter. Didn't she just laugh?
Made a grotesque joke saying that.
Bro, what the fuck? You know that somebody told her she had to make this press conference, and she looked at the clip and started laughing. It's kind of funny whenever they can't even take their own shit serious anymore. They can't even take their own nonsense seriously. They can't.
This gotta be like, I mean, what are we doing here?
George Floyd is looking up at us, laughing, and he can't breathe. When I saw the clip...
Bro, this is some, like, shit that you see in, like, a fucking novel or something. Like, seriously.
Online, it made me sick to my stomach.
Wow.
We are here to declare today that there needs to be accountability.
Sick to your stomach. Man, I don't know about you, but I ain't never met nobody that whenever they sick to their stomach, they laugh.
For Kevin Hart's Netflix roast.
This bitch is still moving like it's 2021. Literally nobody cares.
Lil Yachty says Black Lives Matter was a scam.
BLM? Since you want to be so black power?
BLM is a scam.
Clip that! Send it to the fucking news.
BLM was literally a scam. They had bought mansions, and you probably wouldn't know anything about it because you don't care about black people.
Oh! Well, there it is.
I do.
And I think, honestly, BLM brought us body cams, and that's been great content.
I think that the body cams have been the best thing out of BLM. I do. It completely destroys these brain-dead narratives that they tried to spin off of the police. It shows what it looks like and what really happens day to day. And if there were bad cops that were racist, it puts them in their fucking place in jail. It's been long overdue.
And holy shit, what a great investment that was. Maybe I should have donated to BLM. It's been paying off better than fucking investing in Google. Investing in NVIDIA. clip right here, this is another person trying to get me in trouble. The only reason really that I respond to this kind of stuff is because I don't want people to create a narrative that like this is what I said. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't even really respond because I think everybody knows what I'm trying to say. And Asgo responds to us on and claims black people are genetically inferior. I said that black people are genetically inferior.
I mean, this is the Elon Musk style. No, they are genetically inferior, and socioeconomic conditions are a cope.
They are. It's a fact. So you see what they did, right? Two claims were made. They were genetically inferior and socioeconomic conditions are a cope. I immediately respond after socioeconomic conditions, which is the thing that I had mentioned earlier in the tweet, and they're trying to frame it as if I said it's about them being genetically inferior. This is the clip, regard proof.
But yeah, he's done a lot of this stuff.
Oh, we're running out of room here.
Right? Yeah, like this. It's true that blacks experience systematic racism. They benefit from it. Blacks and other the other minority groups enjoy preference.
Let's take bets on whether there will be an argument that's presented. I'm going to bet that there won't be.
Treatment through DEI and affirmative action at the expense of white and Asian Americans. Socioeconomic conditions is a cope, and everyone knows it.
Carlson.
Correct.
I mean, this is the Elon Musk style. No, they are genetically inferior, and socioeconomic conditions are a cope.
They are.
They are a cope. Socioeconomic conditions are a cope. I mean,
it's a fact.
Like I can't stand it when someone's like, "Well, where are the reparations?" They don't get no reparations, and a reparation is that they weren't sent back to Africa. That's the reparation. They got to stay in one of the greatest countries in the world. The thing is like instead of trying to address the whole skin thing, why don't you take the race out of it and stop being racist? And look at the fact that there are a lot of poor white people, poor Asian people, poor Hispanic people, poor black people, and figure out why that is. The whole reason why we haven't solved it is because there's a bunch of idiots that are controlling everything, trying to make it a race thing. It's not a race thing.
So there it is. To be honest, this one borders on defamation. And this is the thing that these people do, right? They know that what I'm saying is true. I think that all of these people know that what I'm saying is.
Oh, W 10 joules from Gigabyte. Or Megabyte, sorry, not Gigabyte, Megabyte. There are a lot of black people doing yeah, there's also a lot of black people that are doing very well. I mean, because they live here. I mean, it's... Oh, no, I'm just gonna ban this guy. Nah, we're just gonna ban him. Gonna ban this idiot, too. Anybody else? Oh, is that another one? Yep, there's another one. Hide user. There we go. Problem solved. Yeah, we're not gonna pull up a vote for somebody like that. We're just gonna ban them.
True that it's not just socioeconomic conditions. They know that they can't actually argue against any of the other factors, so what they try to do instead is they try to get anybody banned, suspended, or removed in order to hopefully get that person to not be able to have a conversation so they don't have to address it. It is frustrating for me, it definitely is, whenever you have people that deliberately try to misunderstand you and then reframe what you say in a way that's completely inaccurate. And the reason why people get very angry at me is because I represent an ideology that is destructive to them. It is the idea, the radical concept that when you do something, it is your fault that you do something. Every single bad thing that happens to me, I begin from the position that it is my fault. It's not the government's fault. It's not your parents' fault. It's not your perceived mental disorder's fault. It's your fault whenever
That's right.
doing something wrong. The sooner that we can acknowledge that people's actions are their own is the first step that we can take to actually solving a problem.
Yo, W. Asman. It's practically exactly what I fucking said, too. It doesn't have anything to do with your skin color, man. It has everything to do with, like, you as an individual. If you choose to go out and commit crime, that's a you thing. I've been poor my whole goddamn life, and I haven't been arrested once. It's completely fucking ridiculous, man.
Poor is an excuse
it's
to
garbage.
commit crimes. That's right. No one's saying it's an excuse, but it's a reason that's consistent across the globe. I completely, by the way, this is true. It's undeniable that poverty and crime are correlated. But what I'm saying is that it's not the only corollary. Okay, yeah, literally, yes, people steal things because they can't afford them.
That's not an excuse to steal. I'm sorry, but like, food is one thing, but when you're sitting here going into a store stealing, like, fucking makeup, no. Get a job. You'll be able to afford it then. Not very much, but you'll be able to afford it.
People that don't steal things because they can't afford them. I know this sounds crazy. You would think that growing up in poverty would give you some empathy for their fellow human being. I do have empathy. I get it. But empathy is not obedience. Empathy is saying, yes, this is the way it was for me. I fucked up. I did it this way. And now I'm not going to do it this way anymore. That's it. Right. I know it sounds crazy, but holding yourself accountable is a lot harder than holding other people accountable.
That's right. My parent. That's what I say. Dude, I was more scared of my mom. Like, if I ever got in trouble, my ass wouldn't be saying call my mom like these little bitches do now. I'd be like, look, I'll do whatever you want. Do not call my mom. Because I knew that if my mom ever got called for anything like that, I wouldn't have to worry about going to jail. I'd have to worry about whenever I got out, whenever she tried to kill me. I mean, it wouldn't be no ass beating. She already did that for no reason. It would just be her trying to kill me. I mean, like, let's be honest here. By the way, Elon Omar's under a lot of heat right now.
Now to the Trump administration's war on fraud, which could also come up in today's press briefing with the vice president and fraud czar, J.D. Vance. The convicted master...
Yo, that's got a nice ring to it. The fraud czar, J.D. Vance. You know what they should call him instead? The fraud king. I like that. That's got a better ring to it. You know what I'm saying?
Behind Minnesota's Feeding Our Future $250 million fraud scheme is set to be sentenced.
By the way, if you do hear sub to the channel, hit like on the stream. Check out those jewels. Those jewels help get more people in here that like to say stupid shit in chat so we can make fun of, as long as they're actually just saying stupid shit and not trying to type out racist slurs. We can pull them up, make fun of them, and send them on their way. But yeah, W chat.
Week. The Justice Department wants Amy Bach to spend 50 years behind bars, saying this, that she, quote, took advantage of a once-in-a-century global pandemic.
Makes him sound like a fraudster. You know, you might be right.
Hello, everyone. This is Outnumbered. I'm Emily Compagno, here with my co-host, Kaylee McEnany, and also is Outnumbered. I'm a once-in-a-century global pandemic. Hello, everyone. This is Outnumbered. I'm Emily Compagno.
Yes, they are.
Here with my co-host, Kaylee McEnany, and also joining us today, Cheryl Casoni, Fox Business anchor and host of American Dream Home, Kennedy.
Let's see. I don't even see that. Where's that at? I don't have anybody in the chat that is called that. I would refresh your page. Because I don't have anybody in the chat that's called that. I mean, I'll refresh the page, but I don't see anyone in my chat that's called that. Let me see. Pop out chat. Oh, so that dumbass is typing, thinking that people can still see him. That's funny. That's like actually funny, dude. God damn it! All my chats despawned. Hold on. There we go. Ah, what an idiot. Someone trying to stir up trouble. That's all they can do, man. They don't have anything else. That's all they got, bro. That's all they got. That's all they'll ever have. They lost their voice. They lost their ability to bully people, so now all they can do is try to stir up trouble.
The host of the Kennedy Saves the World podcast, and John Yoo, former law clerk for Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas, former Deputy Assistant Attorney General and UC Berkeley law professor. Now, the Mastermind's defense team says that she should get credit for handing over documents that helped convict her co-conspirators. They're hoping for about 3 years in jail. Before she was convicted, Amy Bach told Fox News that state officials like Governor Tim Walz and Attorney General Keith Ellison probably
W10 Jules by Rachel. You know how to get the most accurate information. It's listening to people like you that let people know, hey, you don't listen, you won't know. People know. No.
what was going on the whole time.
I have to believe that the governor's office and Keith Ellison's office were aware of this. They've said they were involved in helping the FBI.
Can you not? Can you not see it? I don't know where the jewels are. I don't know how the jewel system works. All I know is that when people donate jewels, it makes the stream get more views. That's all I know, man.
They've said they were made aware, but apparently I'm scary, so they couldn't do anything. I don't know. I have to believe they were aware. And again, if they weren't, shame on them for having a system that their lower level staff don't
Chat might just be broken today. I mean,
something of this level to their attention.
This is boring.
Now, Bach has also implicated Minnesota Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, whose name appeared in emails and texts during her trial.
I
Bach
wonder why
tells the
that
New York
is.
Post that she
I wonder why that could be, guys. Something tells me there might be some involvement. Okay, let's see. What else do we got?
Let me see this.
There we go. No. I can't watch that. I can't watch that. I can't watch that.
Employees of the city of Los Angeles here, who had none.
No, this isn't it. I want to see.
That. So, kind of undo that for us. No, to be clear, that is where. Excuse me. That.
Is it?
The campaign ad certainly made it seem that you were living in that trailer. It was a high point of the commercial, but you're at the Hotel Bel Air. So, kind of undo that for us. No, to be clear, that is where. Excuse me.
Oh, hold on. Wait a minute, guys. Hold on. Wait a minute. W10 Jules from T. Shipley. W2 Jules for Slipknot. Bro, it's been a while since we've seen you, Slipknot. Hope you're doing all right, man. It's been a little bit, huh? Damn, brother. Hope you hold up.
That's where Karen Bass, Mayor Bass, burned down my house. That is where I will live until I have a new house. The Airstream is a temporary facility. A hotel is a temporary facility. Where my kids are in Santa Barbara right now is a temporary housing. This is where I live as this is where they burned my house down. So this semantic.
So they were playing games with him, and he said, "Fuck you, I'll call in and explain it myself."
Holy shit. So they were trying to say that he wasn't living in that trailer that he has where his house burnt down, and he explained it to them. Dude, what a fucking champ. I hope he gets it. I hope he gets whatever he's running for. I do.
So the nuance of this is the consequences of their failed leadership. And again, I don't live at the Hotel Bel Air. I don't live in the Airstream. I don't live in the Santa Barbara. I don't have a house. They burned it down. That is why I got into this race, because of these people that will burn your house down.
And even if he did live in the hotel, who gives a fuck? The issue is that his house got burnt down from lack of their government doing something about it. It should have been preventable, but they didn't do any preventative measures. If he lives in a fucking hotel, that's his decision. He doesn't have a house because of their piss poor decision-making skills.
And act like it's no problem. So this idea that anyone's like, oh, he's at a hotel. I'm at a hotel because these psychopaths are messaging me every day. They're going to kill me because Nithya Raman is calling me a fascist because I don't want people to have their kids next to drug addicts at the park or stepping in human poop when you get your matcha. I have common.
My friends, this is going to be the red heat wave that is going to turn every state in this country blood fucking red. And I love to see it. I love to see it. This is our time, boys.
That's not fascism. So
I really like this guy. I gotta tell you, I really like this guy.
These psychos here, I'm a fascist, and then they literally, like, if you would like to see the death threats, I can send them all offline where people are like, I'm going to hire people to kill you. So yes, unfortunately, now I have a security team, and they will not, even if I wanted to stay in the Airstream, would let me, because there's 360 unobstructed views since there's no houses.
What happened to the houses?
Just like everybody else online. They try to ban you, try to bully you, try to threaten you, try to threaten your fucking family. And if you have family members that are like this and they see you watching a stream like Asman or me, or they see you getting hyped for Trump or whatever, they alienate you, they threaten you, they bully you. Their time's coming to an end. They'll be alive, obviously. I'm not advocating for death or violence. But their time of power is coming to an end. It is.
Take me out from any part from 300 yards away easily.
Spencer,
one sec.
No. You had your time to chalk, TMZ. You had your chance. You tried to spin a false fucking narrative. Now, I don't know specifically if TMZ did that, but these legacy medias had their chance to talk. It's just like what I had said is going on with Trump. The media is so used to just going based on what they think is happening. When Trump goes out and makes a press conference and says it like it is, or JD Vance goes out and makes a press conference and says it like it is, or Marcus Rubius goes out and makes a press conference and says it like it is, the current administrations that are popping up are too transparent for legacy media to spin their false bullshit like they've done for every other fucking presidency and every other administration prior. It's not working anymore. Get used to it, because whenever the poor people were getting fucked over by it, it was one thing. And now you've got people that have the ability and the funds to run for candidates that are now running for candidates because they're sick and fucking tired because they have their eyes open to what's going on. You can't force these people into the corner like you can with an average Joe. You know why? Because they just hire a bunch of heavily armed, heavily muscled men that look really good greased up to protect them. That's why. And you know what? You find out where they're staying. You know what happens? They just go stay somewhere else.
To mention, the Airstream,
it's over.
It took over a month for LADWP to connect a wire for electricity to it, which was 3 days ago. It took...
There's no electricity for a month?
Weeks to get the water hooked up, which was yesterday.
Y'all didn't have no water anyway. I mean, let's be honest here. If y'all had water, you would have had firemen standing there and a belligerent fucking YouTuber screaming at the top of his lungs asking why the fuck they didn't have any water. You guys didn't have water because of a fucking fish. Like,
so for these people that want to focus on where I sleep at night, first off, I don't even sleep. I get 4 hours of sleep because I'm fighting these corrupt freaking politicians all day long. You want to see my phone hours? I'll screenshot it. It probably says 19 hours.
I hear what you're saying, and on the symbolism of your ad that because of the fire that you don't have a home, and I get that. But there's something to the point where you say in the ad,
that's all they do, too.
This is where I live while you're standing.
That's all media tries to do is lie, and lie some more. But whenever you've got an administration that does a press conference and answers questions as truthfully as they can without trying to tiptoe around them, it obliterates that falsehood, completely destroys any narratives they have, and shows why they're doing what they're doing. They just say it. Well, yeah, we're getting all the illegals out because it's a fucking problem. It's because it's causing the housing markets to skyrocket. It's making crime skyrocket. It's making a lot of, for whatever reason, brainwashed morons think that, it's a good thing to have these people here. Like, hello?
In front of a trailer. I think the reason that ad was so effective with voters is because you did draw this visual comparison of where the mayor lives, where Nithya Raman lives, and where you...
Isn't this crazy? Wow.
You live. So you're showing where they live, and then you're saying, this is where I live. Everyone saw that ad and thought, wow, Spencer Pratt has to live in that trailer because his house burned down.
I do, sir.
But
that is my house.
But for the last month and a half, you've been at the Bel Air Hotel.
I haven't been at the Bel Air Hotel.
You see what they do? They call this guy a fascist. He gets 1 million death threats. Then he can't live in the trailer that he was in before because now, they could shoot him in the trailer. He has to live in a hotel. They're playing a story as if he's lying about this because, by the way, he wouldn't be living in the trailer or the hotel
if the fucking government of the state hadn't have done dumb shit that led to the burning of the entire fucking state to the ground. Like, either way you look at it, he doesn't have a fucking home. He has to live separate from his wife and family because of all the fucking death threats. Why are there death threats? I wonder fucking why there's death threats.
If his house wasn't burned down.
It's so brain dead.
So it's like this. So this is the kind of TMZ is so out of touch. It is simply it's. I tried.
It's another example of their narrative being completely decimated with the actual truth, and they have to sit here and come up with false bullshit to push the fucking narrative. That's what it is.
And I said, yes, thank you for doxing me. I tried to sue the LA Times for saying where I actually live.
But did you?
That's crazy. It's crazy they're going this hard on this guy.
Thank you for doxing me. I sued. They said this isn't breaking news. Even when the Airstream ad came out, the LA Times cover story is saying, no, Spencer Pratt lives in Santa Barbara. And I said, yes, thank you for doxing me. I tried to sue the LA Times for saying where I actually live.
But did you?
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
It's crazy they're going this hard on this guy. Oh my God. This is pissing me off. It's only halfway over.
But are you saying you live in...
That's all they have left, man. All they have is to threaten and bully people into a corner because their narratives have been completely fucking annihilated. And that's what they've always only had. That's why whenever you go down into places like Minneapolis during all those brain-dead idiot protests, all you have instead is a bunch of brain-dead idiots that over time have been told now that you have to talk to somebody that is that rallied them all together. They're not even allowed to say anything, probably because they were told prior to the protest that if they say anything, their shares are going to be forfeit. I mean, let's be honest here. AstroTurf morons.
Briefing yesterday where he was asked about speculation that Ilhan Omar may have committed immigration fraud.
I don't want to. If she did, send her back. Send her back. Do not try to drag this out. Just go on and send her back.
Judge an investigation. I mean, you read the things about Elon Omar and about, who she married and whether she didn't marry this person or that person. It certainly seems like something fishy is there, but everybody's entitled to equal justice under the laws. So we're going to investigate it. We're going to take a look at it. If we think that there's a crime, we're going to prosecute that crime. And that's something the Department of Justice is looking at right now.
Joining us now to react, senior writer for the Washington Examiner and Fox's contributor, Joe Concha. And Joe, on the substance, look, doesn't bode well when the VP is saying, hey, this looks fishy. And he is part of the administration that is ultimately investigating, and Congress is investigating as well. But let's go to the optics of all of this. First,
that's
Rubio.
right, return to sender.
Now Vance. Is the Brady briefing room the new proving ground for 2028 contenders?
Even if she didn't, I think that we should send her back simply because she's advocating for the defunding of the Department of Homeland Security. I'm sorry, but if we have anybody that is in our country that is advocating for the defunding of the Department of Homeland Security, we should just figure out a way to deport you as like just on principle at that point. Just on principle. Like you should just be airdropped into like the El Salvador prison or something. Send her to like Little St. James or I don't know. Send them somewhere.
Oh, very, very interesting. And we saw Marco Rubio actually say that he would be the first person to endorse J.D. Vance if he announced that he was running for president. They wouldn't run against each other. But to your point, Todd, I find this so refreshing. We saw Rubio, the Secretary of State, flawlessly filling for Caroline Leavitt while she was on maternity break last week, and now the vice president taking questions in the aforementioned James S. Brady briefing room yesterday. As far as I could tell, Todd, this is unprecedented. I mean, we never saw Kamala Harris, for example, take questions in any press conference or press briefing during her time as vice president or even as a presidential candidate. So when we hear from certain media members that the Trump administration is a threat to the free press, it's actually quite the opposite. This is the most transparent administration that I've seen in terms of taking questions, not only the president doing that on a daily...
I'm not going to say that, T. Shipley. I'm not going to say she helped the pro... Now, look, that's all allegations, and I'm saying it like that because I don't want to get sued, okay? These people are grasping at whatever they can. I'm not trying to give them something else to grasp at, if that makes any sense. These guys, these Democrats that have advocated for this illegal immigration they've taken so many L's in everything that's happened recently, even with the redistricting. They are fucking desperate. I am not going to give them any leverage.
Basis for sometimes hours, but also the vice president, the secretary of state.
You gotta let them fail under the weight of their own pressure, and then they'll fuck off.
We see Scott Bessent up there at some point. It's quite refreshing to use that term again.
Okay, so Joe, there's also this.
Infidel rolling up out of here. Stay safe, Infidel.
Earlier this week, Mark Cuban joined President Trump at this event on lowering prescription drug costs through Trump RX. Joy Behar of The View caught wind of that moment and did not like that Cuba joined President Trump. Watch this.
What did you think was going to happen? Cuba doesn't have the ability to defend itself. Cuba's terrified of America. You know why? Well, I mean, do I really have to say why?
You lie down with dogs, you wake up with fleas. All right, that's number one. And you know, I like.
Did she say?
Down with dogs, you wake up with fleas. All right.
Yeah, you bed down a pretty lady, you wake up with a banshee. Oh, wait, sorry, I didn't mean to talk about your life. My bad.
That's number one. And you know, I like Mark Cuban. I've always liked him, but this is a mistake.
A medication that I had to take for IVF is a tenth of the price on Trump RX. I don't, whatever, it's tacky that his name is on it. Mark Cuban has dedicated his life to bringing down prescription drug costs. You're not going to convince me that just because Trump's involved, we should be like, screw it, don't bring down prescription drug costs.
If he's going to make a profit out of it, don't take it.
Yeah, and so the whole comment from Joy Behar is if you lie down with dogs, you wake up with fleas, referring to Mark Cuban joining the president at this event to lower prescription drug costs. She also says once Trump puts his name on prescription.
Well, I mean, like in all things considered, the View is just the Council of Karens. It's their like weekly or monthly, like, you know, talk. That's really what it is.
She also says once Trump puts his name on prescriptions, we're all going to die. I mean,
how do you even come to that conclusion? Well, if you don't like it that much, you have the resources. Fucking leave the U.S. Just leave. If all these other countries are just so much better, then get the fuck out. Otherwise, shut the fuck up.
that's commentary that, in my opinion, it sounds more like a reflection on the person saying it rather than the people that they're talking about.
Yeah, and I'll say this for the 100th time, Carly and Todd. This is under the ABC News umbrella.
I think The View is being shut down, isn't it? Are they shutting down The View? No, they're not. That's unfortunate.
Okay, so when they say these things, it's a reflection on.
I feel like if they shut down The View, it would be worse. Because then you would have them doing other dumb shit as opposed to having their time eaten up by this show. So maybe they shouldn't shut down The View.
That network in
at least we know where they're at and what they're doing.
And the Trump administration, expanded this Trump RX.
Let's move on from this. What else do we got? Whoops.
Yeah, Bill, and countries here in the Gulf like the UAE find themselves at a bit of a standstill. They were able to convince the U.S. to hold off on that planned attack of Iran in favor of negotiations. But if the UAE find themselves at a bit of a standstill, they were able to convince the U.S. to hold off on that planned attack of Iran in favor of negotiations. But if a deal isn't somehow struck, President Trump says that he has ordered the U.S. forces to be on standby and to be ready to respond. He says Iran now has essentially 2 or 3 days to reach a deal to end this war. In response, Iran has issued a new warning saying, quote,
Here we go.
The aggression against Iran is repeated, the regional war that was promised will this time go beyond the borders of the region, and you will be dealt crushing blows in places you do not expect, and you will fall into the abyss of defeat and destruction.
I think that's funny. Like, genuinely. I think it's kind of funny because, like, you said that last time, and all you did was, like, get blown up a whole bunch. Like, a whole bunch. Like, what's next? You gonna make a bunch of AI videos?
GC is now reportedly even teaching civilians how to use assault rifles.
Can't use that. Can't use that. Can't look at that.
And Gulf Arab states are
no, thank you.
Now becoming more entangled in the conflict.
So I would assume what happened in that clip was they're training the citizens that want to fight alongside the Taliban, not the Taliban, the fucking terrorists. That they want to that they're being trained in guns.
The UAE confirmed its air defenses intercepted.
I don't fucking know why. I mean, it's not really gonna do anything.
Drones.
It didn't do anything when they were shooting at the fucking helicopters before. But maybe now the guns will magically hit the helicopter or something, right?
From Iraqi territory.
Maybe the genie will pop out this time.
Managed to reach the country's nuclear power plant. Emirati officials told the UN Security Council the incident is a dangerous escalation.
The region cannot continue to be pulled toward deeper instability by terrorists and extremists.
Ooh, look at that. Well, they must be referring to the IRGC.
Threatening civilians, critical infrastructure, international shipping, and now nuclear safety. The Security Council must ensure that such attacks do not continue with impunity.
Now, we're also tracking some reports that 2 Chinese vessels and 1 South Korean vessel are trying to get through the Strait of Hormuz, even though if that happens, they're going to have to get through that U.S. blockade that is still in place. Bill.
Right, so they can't even get through the Iranian blockade. They're struggling with that. What are they going to do with the U.S. blockade?
Thanks, Jeff Paul.
I do feel like if it was, if it's an Iranian blockade, if it's Iranian ships, America's just going to bomb them. And straight up.
Reporting today. Thank you, Dana.
Let's go to Rich Edson. He's live at the White House. Hi, Rich.
Ooh, who knows? We might be hearing some more stuff within the next 2-3 days, guys. Some more stuff might be happening.
Hi, good morning, Dana. Well,
Never
President
know.
Trump is on his way to Connecticut right now, the Coast Guard Academy, to speak at the commencement there just a short while from now. Meanwhile, in the Middle East, a very tense...
The Iranians will fight like mad dogs. And you know what'll happen? We'll do the same thing that we did to Japan. We'll just crack the sun over their civilization, and they'll fall to their knees like Japan did. How about that? Oh, you can't do that. They'll all fight till they die. We already fought that kind of civilization. And you know what happened? We fucking won because we're goddamn America, that's why. You act like we have never fought a civilization that isn't ready to die. They would kamikaze pilot themselves into Navy ships during Pearl Harbor. They would unhitch grenades and run at American soldiers. Man, get out of here.
Fire. The president says...
They'll fight like mad dogs, yeah, and they'll die like mad dogs, just like their fucking terroristic president did. Other dictator, the fucking, it's been so long I don't remember the little retard's name anymore. What was it? It was, I don't even care. It doesn't matter.
that he held off on renewing military attacks against Iran because there are serious ongoing negotiations, but that he has instructed the Pentagon to prepare for a full, large-scale assault on Iran on a moment's notice. Speaking to reporters just now, the president says he is not in a hurry. Israeli media reports the president and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu spoke recently on the phone, and that Netanyahu doubts Iran will agree to an acceptable deal, and that he
obviously
to return to striking Iran.
He's been wanting to do that. Like, look at that man. That man is somebody that's been starved of being able to launch missiles at terrorists. You really want to look at those puppy dog eyes. You really want to take that away, Trump? Remember, everyone's saying, maybe this is like Trump's middle finger to everybody saying that Israel is in control. Maybe that's what this is. Trump made Benjamin Netanyahu stop doing the bombings and the attacks. Like,
the president says Israel is following his directions.
He'll do whatever I want him to do. He's a very, very good man. He'll do whatever I want him to do, and he's a great guy. To me, he's a great guy. Don't forget, he was a wartime prime minister, and he's not treated right in Israel, in my opinion.
Iran has bottled up shipping traffic in the Strait of Hormuz and is long known for dragging out negotiations, especially over its nuclear program. President Obama reached an agreement in 2015. President Trump withdrew from that deal in 2018.
Nobody wants war, but at the end of the day, we damn sure didn't start this mug. All that proxy terrorism that's been hitting us for the past 50 years, the fact that they capture American soldiers and torture them, and expect and make someone like Obama send over 2 planefuls of money, make the soldiers that were tortured kiss these terrorist cocksuckers on the fucking head. As far as I'm concerned, we got a missile for every one of them. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time.
A-team. This week, a handful of Republicans joined Democrats to advance a measure to force the president to secure congressional authorization before continuing the conflict with Iran.
Don't forget to hit like on the stream, guys. If you're new here, sub to the channel. Don't forget to check those bits out. Fucking bits, man. The fucking jewels. The jewels. The jewels. I'm here every day, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Central Time. Check out that channel membership as well. Yeah, we do it every day. Check out the Discord. We got that Discord that's blowing the fuck up. I might end up making somebody a moderator or something, so that way because I noticed that some people are like, we need to fix the Discord, and I'm like, guys, I don't really use Discord like that. So I was thinking about maybe Styx or maybe Rachel to like fix the Discord and give y'all what y'all want. I don't really know how to fucking work Discord, man. I barely was able to like figure out how to do it whenever the power went out that one time. Okay.
Republican Senator Bill Cassidy, who the president worked on seat in this week's Republican primary in Louisiana, switched his vote to.
Why are we attacking Iran? We're attacking Iran because they've been killing American citizens and soldiers for the past 50 years. That's why. And also they want nukes and they kill all their people, so they can't have nukes. Go get fucked.
Measure. The House is expected to vote.
Oh, wait a minute. I didn't see that. Hold on. What is that? How'd I miss that? Oh, God. Here we go. Come on. There you go. Hold on. W5 Gaming Wade gifted members by Duck Dog. You know what? Your username reminds me of Cat Dog. How many of y'all remember that show, Cat Dog?
Vote on its version soon. Dana?
Rich Edson, thank you so much.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.
Yeah, we did that. You just gotta blow enough of them up to where the next leader doesn't want to die. That's how you solve that problem. Guarantee you, if you blow enough of the leaders up, the next person in line will eventually just not want to die. Everyone can hype up and say they're willing to die for a cause until people start dying. Then you see the narrative shift really quickly for some odd reason. I don't know why that is. It works out really well.
So the Trump administration says it's ready to strike Iran again if Tehran refuses to budge on its rogue nuclear program. Jeff Paul is live in Dubai and joins us now with the latest from the Gulf. Good morning, Jeff.
Well, yeah, Lawrence, in countries
Yo, W 10 joules by megabytes. Megabytes, W megabytes.
like the UAE find themselves in a bit of a holding pattern after they managed to convince the U.S. to hold off on that planned attack of Iran to allow for negotiations to continue. President Trump saying it almost didn't happen.
How close were you to striking Iran?
I was an hour away.
Is that the, what is this? Is this the ballroom? Is that the ballroom?
No, you're talking about yesterday.
Yes.
We were going to be striking.
Bro, I can't wait to see all the new presidents that are going to be using that ballroom, dude. I can't wait to see all the presidents that are going to use that ballroom. I hope they make it beautiful. If it's not beautiful, dude, I'm going to be mad.
It would have been happening right now. Yeah, it was all done. The boats, the ships are all loaded. They're loaded to the brim. And we're all set to start.
Trump says he's ordered U.S. forces to stand by and be ready at a moment's notice. He says Iran now has 2 or 3 days to reach a deal.
There's a rendition of it. I'm going to look at that.
To end the war. But Vice President J.D. Vance believes a lot of progress has been made. He thinks the Iranians want to make a deal and that the U.S. is in a pretty good spot. However, Vance says there's also an option B. This would involve a restart of the fighting.
We're locked
That's
and
right,
loaded.
the big, beautiful ballroom.
We don't
That's
want to
right.
go down that pathway, but the president is willing and able to go down that pathway if we have to. So what we've done is tried to be as clear as possible. What are our red lines? What are the things that we're willing to be accommodating on? And what are the things that we absolutely must have? And as the president...
I want to let y'all know that there was a senator that leaked confidential information about our bombs, right? Talking about how if we got attacked by China, we wouldn't be able to defend ourselves. I'd like to inform you, based on my conclusion that I've come to, that was probably a fucking lie. Because if he had actually violated confidential or top secret information like that, they'd have put his ass in jail. So there's a good chance that we probably still have a shitload of missiles left. Just so we're aware. Like, they probably are stockpiles of missiles in this country that we've let collect dust for years now that, we're just going to blow the dust off of and go ahead and, reload the launchers. So...
It has said ad nauseum, and I think I've said it a lot too, Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon.
In response, Iran has issued a new warning saying, quote, if the aggression against Iran is repeated, the regional war that was promised will this time go beyond the borders of the region, and you will be dealt crushing blows in places you do not expect.
I've covered the data centers a little bit. The unfortunate fact of the matter is with the data centers is that they're going to have to start trying to get the people that are the mayor and the city council out of their positions in order to make any real change with that. Because there are people that are lining up in protests of the data centers in the city council as they pass the bills that will make their water bills skyrocket and their electricity bills skyrocket, or for that matter, get cut off altogether. I think that there's a lot that needs to happen with that. But the unfortunate fact is like, until it gets to a city near you or where it affects you, there's not really much you can do.
And you will fall into the abyss of defeat and destruction. We're also tracking some reports that 2 Chinese vessels and 1 South Korean vessel are trying to cross the Strait of Hormuz. Even if they manage to do that, there is still the U.S. blockade that is currently in place. Lawrence?
It's getting interesting. Thanks, Jeff.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the...
I'm not going to lie. I don't think it's going anywhere. I think it's just going to be more excuses. Locked and loaded, Trump warns U.S. ready to resume. Wait, we already saw this. We saw this already. Was it this one?
Meanwhile, to the Middle East, where the Trump administration says it's ready to strike Iran again if Tehran remains unwilling to budge on its nuclear program.
Chief Foreign Correspondent Trey Yingst joins us now with the latest from Tel Aviv. Hey, Trey.
Yeah, hey guys, good morning. Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps issued a new threat overnight, warning the United States and Israel against launching a fresh bombing campaign.
I
The
haven't seen
IRGC
Voltron.
said in a statement, quote, if the aggression against Iran is repeated, the regional war that was promised will this time go beyond the borders of the region, and you will be dealt crushing blows in places you do not expect, and you will fall into the abyss of defeat and destruction. The threat comes as President Trump says he was just
I wonder if they had AI write that for him.
into the abyss of defeat and destruction. The threat comes as President Trump says he was just an hour away from deciding to strike Iran earlier this week and is giving the regime a few additional days to reach a deal.
How close were you to striking Iran?
I was an hour away. We were all set to go. You're talking about yesterday.
Yes.
We were going to be striking very.
Per the usual, he didn't call the strike. I don't know why they're not saying this, but they didn't call. He decided not to strike Iran because they were doing some kind of religious holiday, and there are hundreds or thousands of people in the streets, and he doesn't want them to get like hurt. So allegedly, that's
been happening
why.
right now. Yeah, it was all done. The boats, the ships are all loaded. They're loaded to the brim, and we're all set to start.
As for the possibility of an agreement, reports indicate there are still serious gaps in the positions of the United States and Iran. Vice President J.D. Vance was asked about this process yesterday.
We're locked and loaded. We don't want to go down that pathway, but the president is willing and able to go down that pathway if we have to. So what we've done is tried to be as clear as possible. What are our red lines? What are the things that we're willing to be accommodating on? And what are the things that we absolutely must have? And as the president has said ad nauseum, and I think I've said it a lot too, Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon.
The U.S. blockade of Iranian ports continues to put economic pressure on the Iranian regime. CENTCOM Commander Admiral Brad Cooper described the current state of play in the Gulf, with the shaky ceasefire still in place.
The ceasefire continues, and consistent with the president's direction, we've established a highly effective maritime blockade of Iran. To date, we've turned away 88 ships. There has been zero trade into Iranian ports and zero trade out of Iranian ports.
Yeah, but we know now that they're using an old train system to get imports from China.
Iran economically and creating powerful leverage for the ongoing negotiations.
Overnight, the Israelis held a 5-hour...
I think that if Trump decided to attack again, they should also try to take out that monorail, not the monorail system, but that train system as well. Try to decimate that.
Cabinet meeting as officials here believe the war could resume any day. Guys?
Trey, do you believe Israel is ready with enough interceptors, anti-drone technology in order to stop?
Even if they are, the thing is that it's going to be the same outcome that it was last time. They're just going to get all blown up and then they're not going to have them anymore. They will have airspace again, I mean.
Or would be influx that's expected from
all their toys are going to get yeeted and deleted, and they're going to do the exact same they did last time, where they turn off the internet and feed the propaganda to their own citizens.
Left of the Iranian arsenal?
Yeah, the Israeli military remains on high alert, and they've had more than 40 days to resupply those air defense systems with those interceptor missiles that are used to shoot down the incoming Iranian ballistic missile fire. The coordination, I'm told by regional sources, is the highest that it's ever been between the United States and Israel. They are in lockstep when it comes to defending U.S. forces and the Israeli people in the event that this conflict resumes. You have a variety of air defense systems from the Iron Dome at the lower end to the Arrow 2 and 3 systems that will work to shoot down incoming fire if the bombing campaign resumes. And we've seen these threats from Iran's IRGC. And it reminds me of the ancient Battle of Thermopylae in 480 BC, when then the Persian army threatened to use so many arrows that they would blot out the sun. And the Greek forces responded, then we will fight in the shade.
No, you see, you got it wrong. We don't need to blot out the sun. We'll just make our own over their civilization. Like, we'll just crack the atom over their civilization and turn everybody into... We'll leave behind a shadow that's their skin that's been, like, seared into the pavement. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the kind of shit they wish they had back in the day.
And this has been a source of strength for the Israeli people because they understand there is a joint defense here when it comes to the Americans and the Israelis. There are U.S. forces still on the ground. They have THAAD and Patriot missile defense systems, and they are preparing for the possibility that the Iranian regime, if they are targeted, works to overwhelm those systems.
What a great comparison. Yeah. I mean, just always on top of your game.
Yeah.
Great job, Trey.
Trey, in the summers, did you go to sleepaway war college camp?
Right.
I wish.
I know.
I wish.
Great. That was awesome.
You do a great.
This is awkward. I'm leaving. Bye. That's the highlight. Airy flasher? What is this? Oh, look, it's the guy that they have a cardboard cutout for. It's that guy.
House Press Secretary and Fox News contributor.
Remember, thou shalt not bear false witness.
To happen. Could be newsy, which is why I'm going to do a quick market check because I do record highs throughout this war. It has continued to climb. The S&P 500 back on right now.
Fuck.
I
Nobody
mentioned
cares.
on that. Listen.
Mr. President, you
Because
President Trump will try to say we won or finish the job. And the political problem the president has.
Obviously, the fucking job isn't finished. I mean,
No matter what, the Democrats
obviously.
will oppose. That's right now is creating a.
they remain high. So what he saw, how coming soon. So we'll watch if that is indeed the case. But Ari, to your point, how important that hearing was this morning with Admiral Cooper. Here he is.
Do you have anything else? That's just the same shit that's just gurgling up. Elon Musk vows response after jury dismisses lawsuit. Wait, what is this?
A jury unanimously tossing out Elon Musk's lawsuit against OpenAI and its CEO Sam Altman, saying he didn't bring the suit in time to meet the statute of limitations. Elon Musk reacting to the ruling, writing on X, quote, regarding the OpenAI case, the judge and jury never actually ruled on the merits of the case, just on a calendar technicality. There is no question to anyone following the case in detail that Altman and Brockman, another co-defendant, did in fact enrich themselves by stealing a charity. The only question is when they did it. I will be filing an appeal with the Ninth Circuit because creating a precedent to loot charities is incredibly destructive.
What did I say? Why'd I say I don't like charities, boys? Why'd I say I don't like charities?
Charitable giving in America, OpenAI, was founded to benefit all of humanity.
Former White House Chief Information Officer Teresa Payton joins us now. Teresa, thank you so much for joining us. So we just heard from Elon Musk there. Let's listen now to the lawyers representing Sam Altman and OpenAI.
The evidence that Mr. Musk's lawsuit was an after-the-fact contrivance by a competitor was overwhelming.
Sand makes glass.
The judge said to the jury, go see whether this is something that just came too late. And if it came too late, you can of course infer why. And if it did, let us know right away.
Yep. The Wounded Warriors Project. You know what's really fucking sick about it? You can't find any information on the Wounded Warriors Project of them taking those funds and using it for themselves anymore. They scrubbed the internet of that information. You can't find it anywhere. I have tried. I have looked everywhere. Even the Google AI doesn't know anything about it.
And it didn't take them very long because the evidence was overwhelming.
So now that the verdict is in, let's take 20 steps back and explain this case and why it matters.
Yeah, well, what's interesting is Elon Musk lost in court for this, but he probably won in the court of public opinion because a lot of information.
He didn't lose in court. He lost because they tried to find a technicality. But if it wasn't for the statute of limitations, the thing is that he would have won. And it's insane that there are systems in place that are literally trying to defend rich billionaires that are skimming from fucking charities, man. Like, come the fuck on.
Came out as part of discovery.
Holy shit.
For the court case. So what we know is that they started as a nonprofit. He was a major donor. He left. We know at some point Sam Altman was fired by OpenAI. Then he was brought back, and now they're a for-profit company. And so what he's trying to say is like, you started under false pretenses, you've changed what you're doing, and the court of public opinion says, we're getting kind of concerned that AI is in the hands of few. And there's a lot of power behind AI, which means if only a few people are running AI, what does that mean for us?
So what are the implications of this decision for the future of AI, assuming it does not get overturned on appeal and returned back to lower courts for a decision on the merits?
That's just crazy, bro. That's just fucking crazy. Skid Row election fraud scheme busted. Oh, boy. Damn.
We are learning more about the professional signature collector who agreed to plead guilty to paying homeless people to register to vote in Los Angeles.
I love America. Don't you guys love America? W independent journalism.
Lee Brown Armstrong admitted she used to pay people on Skid Row $2 or $3 to sign ballot initiative petitions and gave homeless people her address to use so they could register to vote. Armstrong got paid for every signature she got, and the DOJ says this case is just the tip of the iceberg.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
This
And
case
so it begins.
Is important because it shows how easy it is under California law to corrupt the state's voter rolls. And
I can smell the online ID coming. I'm sorry, the voter ID coming faster and faster every day.
the state and federal elections administered by the state.
So now the question is how widespread. Those in power would like to say, well, of course there's some fraud, but it's not widespread. The truth is, and I can tell you, having been up there, they have no idea. They have no idea how spread the fraud is because they do nothing to detect it, prevent it, or to prosecute it.
California Governor Gavin Newsom's office
Protest, nah. Let's sit inside and seethe while yelling at the screen LMAO. That'll change America for the better. You know what the best part is? Is that it did. You know why people like me couldn't go down and protest? It's because we would have been attacked, doxxed, bullied. Legacy would have alienated us. Legacy even tried to make the AstroTurf protest where all those banshees were yelling look good, and it still backfired on them. You know why? Because the truth is stronger than any narrative anybody could ever twist. That's why. W2 10 joules from Two Worlds. W10 joules. You see, whenever all you have to do is sit in a chair and preach the truth, you don't have to go down to a place like Minneapolis and get your nutsack frozen to your leg. People will congregate around you.
Releasing a statement, as we said when this first was discovered, anyone caught engaging in this activity should be investigated and prosecuted. Except I thought this didn't happen, John Yoo. And then there were also 4 illegal immigrants that were prosecuted for voting in multiple federal elections in Newark. That was a week ago, too.
Look, I'm not surprised this happened in California. We allow vote harvesting. We allow things like this where people are paid to get signatures on ballots.
Oh, my favorite thing is the Minneapolis thing that they either tried or got into office that would allow people to go there without an ID and vouch for up to 5 people. A literal honor system. Absolutely fucking not.
It's inevitable there's going to be a lot of fraud. There's also, I think, a lot of fraud in the homelessness program. When I first said this, I was like, this is another way Governor Newsom's just funneling more money to homeless people. I looked up the figures. The state spent $25 billion on homeless people. We still have a large homeless population. and no reduction in it. So this is just another example, I'm sorry to say, about how
W2 Worlds, I enjoy the jewels. Chad enjoys the jewels too. We're starting to get stupid people in chat, so.
how badly run my state is and why more people are leaving because we have a government like this that tolerates fraud and illegal criminal activity every day.
And then California sends mail-out ballots to every address. So you got that too.
Why do you think they're not tackling homelessness? You look at this and you go, oh.
These voter ID laws need to be passed now. Don't try to sit there and cry and bitch and complain. Oh, it's racist. Okay, so I guess getting alcohol and being carded is racist, right? Go fuck yourself. These ID laws need to be passed today, and they need to be passed at the federal level.
Well, here you have it. You have an audience who is desperate for help. They'll do whatever they can for cash. And
so let's go ahead and get them signed up for voter ID, which, by the way, not voter ID. Let's go ahead and get them signed up for voting and bribe them with it, which, by the way, is fucking illegal.
Means voting fraudulently in an election. That's fine with them. And this is just one person who is getting paid. I have a hunch that this was an actual program where they had an army of people.
Oh, yeah, no, they absolutely did. We watched a bunch of videos on it. That's why I think it's hilarious that people are starting to come forward now. This person is going to lead the domino that is going to get a lot of them locked up.
Canvassing out. And, it's like, if you've got guaranteed votes like that, then why would you try and move the needle on the homeless population? It is only growing.
Yeah, and Harmy Dillon has requested.
Yo, W. Ronster. Yeah, we're here every day. We're here every single day, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Central Time, and on the weekends we've been going a little bit later. It's just me. I make all the videos for the channel. I do everything for the channel. Chat is fucking beast mode every day. They always show up. Show up, leave a like if you can't stick around, and just say hi, bye, you know what I'm saying? We got a Discord. I go live on everything, so please stick around. If you're new here, please stick around. We got the channel membership with those exclusive emotes that I made myself. Check out the Jewel system that helps get more people that are like-minded and more people that I can pull up and make fun of on chat and eventually get them banned. But yeah, I do gaming in the morning, kind of roll around into Asmongold, political content like this, into Fox News, and then we're going to end the day off with a nice big fat body cam. Karen either getting obliterated or some really fun police chase. Who knows?
The voter rolls from every state, about a third.
Stick around. We're here every day.
And they found 350,000 dead people on the rolls.
W10 Jules by Red Raven. Hell yeah, Red Raven.
Hell, not just dead people, but the homeless and the illegal immigration population, the
new
migrant
boss
population.
baby. I like that. The new boss baby.
Continues to be a political pawn. And that's really sad because some of these people really need help. Most of them do. At the same time, I was looking at the proposed budget for fiscal 27, and they're actually going to leave homeless spending flat. That is still billions of dollars that is being thrown out the door, and these people aren't getting the assistance that they need. So, unfortunately, another example of just wrong, ill-conceived programs and waste.
And yet President Obama was participating in ads in this recent election cycle talking about that the Republicans rig elections. I agree with you. I think
I think they both are. It's obvious that they both fucking are. That's why voter ID is a necessity. It is a necessity for this country moving forward. We need voter ID.
Of this vulnerable population is what makes me sick to my stomach. And especially having been to Skid Row on behalf of Fox, it is a very contained. It's like a festering tumor. It's contained where you walk one block outside of it and everything's fine and sunny. Mm-hmm. So the thought that this has been accepted and discarded at the same time for so many decades, that Gavin Newsom claims to be working
Texas.
On homelessness.
Yo, I'm in Houston, Texas.
Well, actually, those people here
That's
sign
right.
here.
One vote, one citizen.
And vote, but you don't even know how the policies are going to help you get housed. I mean, it is sickening. There is no low enough low that the Democrats will not sink to steal or get a vote. And it doesn't.
And she's absolutely fucking right. Look at the redistricting that they were trying to do in, Virginia? Where they were trying to make black districts. Sorry, last time I checked, we haven't had segregation for a long fucking time. And they wanted to call Trump racist? Are you fucking kidding me? Why don't you look at yourself in a mirror whenever you're talking about actual segregation with black redistricting. Like, hello? Are you fucking kidding me?
Us well to remember that.
Like,
hey everyone,
what?
I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-host Harris.
That just shit's brain dead, bro. Like, dude. Okay, we've done enough of this. Let me refresh the page once more. See if there's anything new. Is there anything new? New massive military buildup intensifies in the Middle East. Ooh. What's this?
The news, the U.S.-Iran standoff, putting the Mideast on edge. The Israeli military remains on high alert. This as Iran issues a new threat to the United States, saying that renewed fighting would trigger a wider war extending beyond the Middle East.
So, Danny, you've got this U.S. blockade pushing Iran's economy to its breaking point. That blockade is working.
Yeah, we know about the blockade.
Is the red line for the United States.
WJD Vance,
We may have that they've internalized that, but we're not going to know until we're actually putting pen to paper on signing a deal.
And Trey Yanks is following all of this.
The region, and we're getting some new video that shows U.S. refuelers parked at Tel Aviv's Ben Gurion Airport.
Oh, I might be right. I could see something happening within the next 2 days, boys. Within the next 2 days, we might be kicking this bad boy up again. Oh, come on, Trump. You got to show me those fucking cast iron balls, bro. Like, let's go.
Waiting in case President Trump orders.
We got to make the IRGC fall to their fucking knees like the dogs they are. Come on, Trump.
The regime. Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps released a new threat overnight, warning the United States and Israel against launching another bombing campaign. The IRGC put out a statement saying if the aggression against Iran is repeated, the regional war that was promised will this time go beyond the borders of the region, and you will be dealt crushing blows in places you do not expect, and you will fall into the abyss of defeat and destruction. The threat comes as President Trump says he was just an hour away from deciding to strike Iran.
Oh, man. I know there's not an idealistic scummy in here. Hold on. My tadpole. Where's it go? Let's talk about not one black person on Trump's team, but he needs our votes. So you're racist. You shouldn't get a job because of your skin color. You should get a job because you're damn good at it or you've got the correct training for that job. So you're racist. So you should get a job because you're black, right? That's what you're saying. That's racist. And it enforces racism and segregation. Are you even still here? You still here or did you roach out? I love it. Chat hungry. Chat hungry. Chat, what we gonna do with him? What we gonna do with him? This racist individual. What we gonna do with this person, chat? What we gonna do with them? You gonna ban them? Chat hungry. Chat say feed me. Oh my god. Yo, I just saw the bar shoot to 100. Oh my god. Yo, I've never seen the bar move that fast. Feeding me this backwoods idiot. I don't know. Why is there a retard on my stream? I'm just gonna ban you. Bye, idiot. See, this is what a true democracy looks like, boys. I had to put my dictatorship-like roles to the side. Why ban people you don't agree with? Leave him here so we can roast him. I ban people that I don't agree with because they're fucking annoying and all their points are moot. That's why. It's sad that they don't even have good arguments. They just like to come in and call people names, call people in chat names. They don't have anything to bring because every argument they've had has been completely decimated. W10 Joules by Rachel. What happened to the fucking poll? No, the poll like despawned. What the fuck? Bro's cooked. Bro is cooked. And besides, they're not really here to do anything other than leave a stupid comment and stir us up. They're not really here to do anything other than that. Most of them just kind of dip out the second you do that. The hell was this guy's name? I don't know if I'm going to be able to find him now. Uh-oh. Right here. Bye-bye! 10 Joules by Red Raven. Boop. I'm happy he went, but I missed an opportunity for a good roast. Well, the thing is they're not really here, so...
Earlier this
like,
week,
that person didn't even make another comment. They just dropped in to say something stupid, and they usually
giving the
leave
regime
after.
a few additional days to reach a deal.
How close were you to striking around these?
I was an hour away. We were all set to go. You're talking about yesterday.
Yes.
We were going to be striking it would have been happening right now. Yeah, it was all done. The boats, the ships are all loaded.
It most likely is either a bot or just somebody that didn't like what I was talking about. So they just try to leave a message thinking that there's a lot, like, I have banned so many channels.
As for the possibility of an
Tong?
agreement, reports indicate there are still serious gaps in the positions of the United States and Iran. Vice President J.D. Vance was asked about this process yesterday.
And so what we've done is tried to be as clear as possible. What are our red lines? What are the things that we're willing to be accommodating on? And what are the things that
Iran is cooked, man. I'm sorry. Like, anybody that's trying to advocate and say that Iran is winning is a fucking idiot. Bro, their navy is coral reefs now. Their fucking Air Force has been yeeted and deleted. Like, we owned their airspace. We practically lived in that mug, man. We could have claimed residence in that bitch. Like, let's be honest here.
absolutely must have. And as the president has said,
you could have squatted in that hoe and owned it.
I've said it a lot too. Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon.
Ironic.
Inside Iran, the regime has released new videos showing civilians learning how to use small arms. A variety of similar videos.
I didn't ban him. Chad banned him. I had to put aside my dictatorship ways, and I have to let chat decide. You know, like, that's... Oh, fuck. No.
Land. We will stand by our flag.
Overnight, the Israelis held a 5-hour cabinet meeting preparing for the possibility that the war resumes. As the Iranians are talking, the United States and Israel are preparing. Dana?
Trey Yanks in Tel Aviv, thank you.
So with us now...
I hope that doesn't lead to a suspension. It wasn't on purpose, I'll tell you that much. Okay, let's move on from that. Do we want to do a Karen video? How stealing cigarettes led to the unthinkable. How long is this? 20 minutes? Okay, so we can do... That's a firefighter one, though. That's got my name written all over it. I'll leave it to a vote. I'll leave it to a vote on what body cam we do today. Body. Oh, you know what? Who's new video. Karen body cam. By the way, if you tune in for the politics, we do the politics every day. I'm here every day, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Central Time, so please sub to the channel. Check out the channel membership. You know what I'm saying? We about to end out the stream, but I will be back on tomorrow bright and early. So please stick around. Join the Discord. We got a Discord. Ooh, it looked like Karen body cam's gonna win. By the way, I was a firefighter, so and we got a lot of vets up in chat as well. So, like, don't feel like any of y'all's alone and stuff. So there's a little bit of weight to what I'm saying. So please stick around. Oh, if for whatever need some brain rot. If for whatever reason, you know, I don't go live, let's say tomorrow, and the stream abruptly ends because of a specific scene that I accidentally paused on, I do go live on Kick, Twitch, Rumble, X. So I will always be live the next day. And if something goes on, then I will be posting it on the public tab of the channel. So just keep a lookout for that public tab. YouTube has this fun thing where it likes to ban you for policies that you should be protected from, but because of the channel and the way it is, I'm sure it's going to get hit again. Who knows? If I could finish up the Midwest safety video and get up out of here, that should be fine. All right, Karen video it is. Let's see, do a Karen. Karen. Cam. Safety. Watch that one. I've seen this one. We saw that one. I think we saw this one, right? Yes, I've seen this one. I've seen that one. We did that one. That one sucked. There's got to be like a better one, right? Let's do Code Blue Cam. Code Blue. Oh, dude, I fucked up big time. Code Blue Cam right there. Boom. Oh, wait, no, go back. Go back. That's an hour, dude. I don't want to watch no hour. Drunk entitled Karen gets arrested. Yes. W Code Blue Cam. Please don't strike my channel, Code Blue Cam. If you want me to take it down, bro, just let me know. I'll take it down. I ain't got no quarrels with you, man. I work hard for what I got, just like you do. I'll take it down, no problem. Just send me an email, send me a fucking takedown notice. I will get it done, brother. Just don't be a dick. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to be a dick. I'll take it down. Let me pull up the chat so I can link y'all. Actually, am I subbed to this? I am subbed to this. There you go, chat. Check out Code Blue Cam. They're going to be supplying us with our Karen noms today, boys and ladies. So let's get it.
Like you don't know what happened to me?
I know who you are. I don't know what happened.
Even though the police department continued to investigate me when they had no right. Sir,
Yeah, she can't play the race card because she's white.
I think we lost.
She's not permitted to.
No, we're not going to go inside, ma'am.
Yo, these cops are being lenient, man. She's already like trying to run up on them, and then she tries to walk away.
You know my name.
Unfortunately, they know your name. Oh, look, she's already being arrested.
You just need to walk.
Yeah.
They should just be able to drag you face down if you won't walk. There should be like a specific carry where they just drag you face down on the pavement if you refuse to walk. If you don't care, why should they? If you don't want to walk to prevent your face from being scraped all over the pavement, why should they care? Like, seriously. So on August 11, 2021, LA Cross police was dispatched to a downtown bar for trouble with a party. It's so quiet. Woman was identified as Kristen Kabat, the wife of a former LA Cross mayor, Tim Kabat, who retired in April after 2 terms. It's quiet. So this person is like married to a famous person that did cross. I don't even know what the fuck that is. And then was the mayor. You know this is entitlement. You just look at her and tell.
You true. You true story. You don't know nothing. True story. I don't know nothing. That bitch is crazy.
Yo, she just walked over and said, "That bitch is crazy."
You can't make me laugh on camera. You get me in trouble.
Okay, if I'm on camera. That bitch is crazy. No. Literally been in here. She walked into me. Why are you in here? I said, oh, it's cool park. She don't like you, you're black. I said,
oh, no shit. What makes you say that? What gave it away? The skin color? The hell?
I said, oh, it's cool park. She don't like you, you're black. I said,
oh, I thought she said, I think you're black. Oh, God.
Let me call her right there. She goes, she said, my husband's the mayor, and I've been kicked out of a bar already tonight, and you're not. What did she say? What did she say? They don't like you because you're black here. This is the racist bar. I said, I've been coming across. Can I have my cigar back? Yes. Mercy, boo-boo. Are you enjoying? I told you don't inhale it. It's not what
she's been in the bar for a while. Just being dumb. Yeah.
No.
I don't know if you know who she is. She's Tim Kennedy. We all do, yeah. You all do, yeah. I know.
Just, maybe take her and take her to the next city over. Like they do
she's been touching people, pushing people. Okay. She tried to push me off her chair.
No, seriously. Okay, so I've been smoking cigars now for...
Yep.
Well, even he's saying she's fucking crazy. Oh, so we got a cuckoo bird, okay.
You guys do what you have to do. I think shit.
No, true story.
The bar and more contact with Kabat. She was also heavily intoxicated during the incident and refused to leave the bar until police were called. Oh, so even the bar owner was telling her to get the fuck out.
They say you're going in hell, right?
It's always like this. So I try to call it Jared Green's so funny. Yeah. I mean, I know a lot of the boys. I run the
Chokehold? No, dude, cattle prods. No, cattle prods. What you do is you get cattle prods, and then what you do is whenever you get them into the back of the car, you can pull up to like maybe a circus or something. And you know how some of the police cars have like bars on the actual window? What you do is you leave just enough of an opening so that you can hand the stick to like kids. And then what you do is you know, like the state can get a lot of money off of this, is you make them pay for like $5 a poke, right? So like if little Timmy comes up and he's got the cattle prod, he can poke her for $5. You know what I'm saying? Like cattle prods, man. That's what we need. Cattle prods. W2 Jewels. W2 Jewels by Ditzy.
To practice.
We'll get her. You know, I believe you. We will make it happen.
Police arrived. Cabot advised that she again was unaware, just as the earlier call of why police were called.
Look it up, please. Who's this guy? You know what happened to me.
If I be honest.
What happened to you?
If I be quite honest.
What? That's not the only time I've said that, man.
You know what happened to me. I'm Tim.
Hey, man, that's what I do here, man.
I don't know.
If the city needs help making money that doesn't go to fraud, I can make the city some money.
Where have you been?
Like just now or like my whole life?
Here?
No, I was talking to other people.
No, you just got into lacrosse this year?
No, we had dinner together over at Turbo like 6 years ago.
I even got a name for the thing that it's called. Like it could be called the bacon maker. You know what I'm saying? You know, like what better thing to share with your child than to go to like a circus and you see a police car with barred up windows where you can shove a cattle prod in and make a Karen scream, right? Like, I mean, let's be honest here. That's good shit. I would take my son to that. I'd be like, look, you see that person right there? That's an asshole. That's what an asshole looks like. So you're going to take this cattle prod and I'm going to give you $50. And Let me stop.
You're going to pretend like you don't know what happened to me?
I know who you are. I don't know what happened to you. I don't know what that has any bearing on tonight's situation. What happened tonight?
Can you explain to him? This town is going to shut Tim and I down everywhere we go because of what happened to me. Because the police department said that I did something wrong. All these white fucking motherfuckers think that I did.
I thought about the shot collar thing. The only issue with that is like there aren't just white Karens, if you know what I'm saying. And the last thing I need is for the Dems to have anything to, you know, latch onto. So I think that the shot collar, I like the idea of the shot collar. I'd imagine Hassan would too. But the thing is I don't really think that we should do that because there's going to be too many people that are going to be like, oh, how could you do that? Oh, I can't believe it. It's not bad enough you're already poking somebody with a cattle prod, am I right? Like, I'll take the inevitable end of it being the shot collar, but the cattle prod is a nice start. W10 Jules from Ronster.
Even though the police department continued to investigate me when they had no right.
So what does that have to do with tonight's
Nothing.
actions?
I don't even know who called the police on me.
A few people.
You should go ask them.
So they've already told me. They
What
said
did
that
they
you
say?
were pushing people and touching people. And
They said that you were being an asshole. It's time for you to be the shaken bacon.
trying to push people off their stools.
It's a way, and the reason why is because if you let somebody sit in the back of a car for a few hours, as opposed to sending them to jail where they're wasting taxpayer dollars, and you let them get shocked of their own will, right, to make up for the fuck up they've did, it's no different than tarring and feathering. Make them embarrassed for what they did, and they won't do it again. Hold personal accountability, and they will not do it again. I promise you.
Acting disorderly.
Not true.
So
Well, you go ahead and believe him. This is the guy right here. Let's go talk to him. Come on.
no, we're not.
Hey, tell him what you think about me.
I didn't touch you once.
When I pushed you off your bars?
Oh, that was weird. That was weird.
You never know. I never said that. That was the other guy you pushed on the car when the car owner told me to get back.
John's always been good to me.
No, that's like I don't you on my place. I'm not a cover. Sir, I think we lost you.
No, I'm talking to you.
Then she called me a bunch of names, and then tried to run at me, but I fell. But then got back up. She never touched me. I never touched her. But she was verbally abused of. Why would they encourage you to listen to what the environmental instructions?
There is nothing worse than whenever you have to catch a call to a bar, and you got a bunch of drunk people that don't even know how to walk trying to explain to you what happened. Bro, like, holy shit.
Get the hell out of the bar. I encourage you.
Did she push you, or did you accidentally fall into her?
As she said, for you to encourage me to tell you that. Because, well, she was unnecessary best. The bar owner was trying to get her out of the bar because she was overly intoxicated and they didn't want her in there anymore. And she wasn't listening. She started fights with people, and then she was being aggressive with people. I was in there the entire time.
Well, I don't know what she did.
Well, like, yeah, but you know, if you get cattle prodded, it's not that bad. So
Horrible.
that's why it's the different one. You know what I'm saying?
And then she sat down in the middle of the bar and acted like a child. And when she was acting like a child, when the bar owner was yelling at her, I was like, yeah, just get up and get the fuck out. Like, just go. Like, you can go now and there's no problem. We're not going to involve you guys or anybody. You can just go home.
I don't think they should be on the internet before the age of 18, period. I don't think any children should be on the internet before the age of 18.
She wanted to choose this route. Yeah.
No, seriously.
And I mean, I worked downtown on the kitchen. I've done it all. You've seen it all. Yeah.
If you're not holding on to the floor,
she needs to
oh my
go.
God.
I don't care where she goes. I don't care where the fuck she goes, but she needs to go. But
Yeah, you at the point where you about to black out if that's the case. How drunk do you have to be where you're holding onto the floor? Bro, you like crawling up out of that bitch like a soldier underneath the wires, man. Damn.
Chris, just stand here for me.
You know my name.
Bro, she walking away and stuff.
You going there? Oh, you're just going to accept that? We're going to be able to treat me like this as long as I live here?
Treat you like what?
This?
How are we treating you?
You're here. I did nothing wrong because they called the police on me because they're white.
That guy's so fucking drunk. This guy is so fucking drunk. Bro.
What was the other call?
Same thing, almost to a T.
Same person.
You know
what I told them? I said I'm not leaving until the police come.
Yep, let me talk to them real quick, okay? All right.
You just hang out there for a second.
We weren't fighting anybody, but we've been escalating. So that one was one argue with the bar until police got there. This one. Now,
look at this.
These guys are here because that guy is another white supremacist.
I just remember talking to you, and then all of a sudden, you were gone.
I'd just like to put in a good word for that lady right there. She's an okay lady.
She's okay?
Yeah, she's an okay lady.
Okay. I appreciate that.
Yep. I just want to put in a good word for her. But, whoa!
Well taken.
Oh man, now we got the Neanderthals
Actually, it's
congregating to protect her now. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
They're arresting me.
Due to her behavior rapidly escalating through the night, and the prior call, officers made the decision to place Kabat under arrest for disorderly conduct. The Karen getting brought off to the slop farm like they should be. Don't you just love to see it?
Yes, sir, we will. I'm gonna take this out of your hand, Chris. I got it. I'll get it for you, okay?
Do you think I deserve to be arrested right now?
What's your charge?
I don't know. What am I
How's it
being
going,
charged with?
Dustin?
Oh, white girl. I don't want to jail.
I'm gonna grab her,
I need
please.
my purse.
Let's go, Choke Norris.
This hurts.
Thank
This
you,
hurts.
man. Appreciate it.
Just because it hurts doesn't mean that you can sit there and flop around like a flounder that just flopped up on a deck, okay? Just because it hurts doesn't mean you get to act crazy.
I know they don't phone nobody. I know you don't phone nobody.
I need you to put that wallet in my purse.
I'm gonna carry it all the way over there. Okay, just like
No,
this.
I want you to put it in my purse.
Well, let's go and then we'll make it happen. Okay.
Oh my
Thank
God, dude.
I'm not going anywhere.
You see, like, the minute that they drop to their knees and start, like, not walking, you should just be able to let them, like, fall face first and then grab them by their ankles and drag them face first on the pavement all the way to the car. And if they kick you while they're in the back of the car, you should be able to drag them out by their ankles and let their head hit the car on the way down. Straight up. I have no sympathy for people that want to spit, that want to sit here and do this shit, that want to act like they're having trouble breathing in the back of a car, so they got to kick you. Nope. Nope. Nope.
You just need to walk.
I have spine problems.
Is there a reason why you're doing this, Christina?
Yeah.
Just like that. Just like that. That's another good exception. Just drag her and let her feet drag. Okay, what we've got here, my wild safari hunters, is a banshee. The legends are true. This is what happens when a Karen is provoked in the wild. They turn into a banshee. And this is the part where you stick... Never mind.
Here we go.
My God, dude.
Please walk.
What's over me?
Oh, how's it going, K-Wax?
No, why?
Can we walk over here,
This
please?
is nice.
Please. I don't want to have to carry you, okay?
You're not going to carry me. You're going to drag me like you
No,
did.
we didn't drag you, ma'am.
That hurt.
Yeah.
I have plus. I can't get in there. Small thing.
Well, I'm going to go subway.
Chupacabra mode engaged.
No, I can't.
Anything else over there?
Oh God, there's more. When Kabat was turned over to jail staff, she was physically resistive with them and needing to be immediately taken back to intake.
Anytime.
Oh my God, bro.
She's not resistive. She just wants to sit in the squad cars with them. Force her in there. So.
Look, there's plenty of holes in the back of that car right there for a cattle prod. See what I'm saying? They can make this work. Look at the back of that car.
Real cooperative. She wants to sit in the. She's not resistive. She just wants to sit in the squad cars with them. Force her in there. So.
She's right here?
Yeah.
See, look at that. Look, that goes right in the back of the car. There you go. There's your cattle prod holes right there.
Christy. You said Christy, right?
Yeah.
Christy. Can I help you sit up here? Christy.
See, what you do is you poke that cattle prod through there, and you'd be surprised how quick they are to get up out of that car, man. Let me tell you what. They be flying out that car, boys. Well, maybe if you had stood up and stood out of the car, then maybe you wouldn't have gotten hurt, huh?
Well, yeah, I want PVT.
Stand up. We're gonna put you in the wheelchair. Yes, you can. You're fine. You guys are really hurting me. What are you doing? God, I must be so fucking. It hurts. This hurts. Whatever this is. You're blowing this tube for me first. What is it? Blowing into that.
It's just for the No. All right.
Give me all over. Loosen? This hurts.
There they go. Bye-bye.
Don't touch my necklace. Don't touch it.
What a dumbass, dude.
Through that.
Jesus. That was an okay video. That one was alright. Okay. That was kind of, I'm not gonna lie. I think the Jack Doherty one was really good that he did. But that one wasn't like a super letdown. It wasn't exactly what I expected. I wanted to see more anger and aggression from the Karen, but I'll make do with what I was given. You know what I'm saying? Yo, W code blue cam. W code blue cam. All right, boys. We are gonna roll out of here. Hold on. I don't even know how to fuck. Whatever. I will be back on bright and early, 8 a.m. tomorrow. If you're new here, please sub to the channel, hit like on the stream. We're here every single day. I'm trying to roll up out of here kind of quick because of that issue that some of y'all know earlier. I'm trying to kill the stream right quick so that way I don't have to wait 24 more hours for some bullshit. So let me go and get this music going. W chat, W donos, W people that keep stopping by, W gifted members, W past donos, W new donos, W bits. Fucking bits. W Jules. Monday through Friday and only 2 on the weekend. That's why I'm able to go way farther. But please hype the videos. If you hype the videos, gets more viewers. More viewers means that more people will come and join in the chat and talk with us. Yeah. Stay, try to put a smile on someone's face. You might change their whole day or their whole life. You never know. And I will see you beautiful people first thing tomorrow morning. Peace. Enjoy the rest of y'all's day. Thank you so much, everybody. Y'all are awesome.
To fight, to die on. And this is my game to play, to claim a brand new name. Oh, and I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm a bit nervous that I might screw screw everything up that I've ever done.